We're live. Let me check now the audio.
Alright.
It always take a second. Yeah, why? Okay, yeah, it taken less a minute. Okay, it always take a second.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm
Give
gonna be
me
back in like 10 minutes. I gotta run the Walgreens.
Okay. We say something?
Something?
yeah.
I'm gonna be back in like 10 minutes. I gotta run the Walgreens.
Okay. We say something?
Something?
Okay, we're golden. Sup everyone, this is Game Player episode 57. If I heard it correct, Jemaya is Bira back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got a lot to cover. GOTY, Game of the Year Award. God of War got snubbed, but we're gonna talk about. No, to be fair, honest, Guild Talk, Forbidden West got snubbed, and we're gonna absolutely talk about it. Also, Xbox no show. What's going on with that? Maybe FTC thing, cause I'm confused about that one. And we're gonna absolutely talk about my new love, which is Forspoken. With that being said, let me do the intro. Viper Rip, how are you, man, and what you been playing?
I'm good. Well, today in particular, I was on a GT circuit racing with Social and a guy named Richard, who is one of the developers from, the lead artist from Horizon Forbidden West. So we got to ask him a couple of questions about the DLC a little bit. What's the difference? Also, we got to talk about. What's the difference in what more can we do now that it's PS5 only versus cross gen? And I only stayed for like a couple of those questions and I had to go. Wife up. But on the other side, other than doing a GT circuit today, I was playing Edge of Eternity. Still am halfway through. I just hit 50%. Story's okay. The game it has a lot of pop in and can get glitchy at times, but nothing that alarms me per se. I did try Callisto Protocol for like an hour. It is a game I'm going to get into. I am actually not going to play it yet.
I would wait on it until the new game plus come, and also until the DLC come, because they're making DLC for it.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna by the time I play it, it's gonna be out already.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I mentioned last time I did platinum this. Yeah, I did. I mentioned, no, I was playing the other side. I hadn't platinumed it yet. But I had platinumed that before starting Edge of Eternity. And that's pretty much where I'm at gaming wise.
Gotcha. Weeb, how are you, man?
Viper,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
sorry. Viper, you said you were listening, you were interviewing somebody from Gorilla?
No, we weren't interviewing. He was racing with us. We were just in a lobby having a race, and we was asking general questions because this guy, I guess he was here twice. He was in our GT circuit twice before. His name's Richard. I got to get his last name though. He was in our GT circuit twice before. I wasn't there. This was my first time being there. He always shows up at 1 p.m. on a Saturday, whenever he does show up. So we got to ask him. It was me, Odie. Y'all know who Odie is.
Yeah.
Me, Odie, Social, Retro, and one other person got to ask him a couple of questions while we were racing.
Who is he? Because I missed that part.
The lead artist for Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, that's dope.
And any juicy things you can share with us, or?
Yeah, I would love to have a sit down with them.
Actually, yeah. Simply because he says when he discusses public knowledge, he strictly told us when we started racing that we can't be streaming because you don't want nothing to slip up, say something, and lose your job. But he didn't. He was very careful not to really give out the nitty gritty as he should because that's his job. But yeah, whatever we spoke of, I can I can give details as to what he spoken because he didn't go into detail, so to speak. He just said yes or no if certain things were good or not.
Mm. Any chance you're gonna ask him if he can be a guest on this show? We can ask him superficial question and just gush about the game.
Next time I run across him, I'll see.
Thank you.
It'll probably be about a month because I think he drops in once a month.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's just I would, you know me. I love Forbidden West. Like I love the Horizon franchise. So this would be genuinely a dream conversation for me. I love the in and out of studios and stuff like that. Okay, Weeb, how are you, man? And what you been playing?
I'm good. I've finished Voice of Cards, The Beast of Burden. Played that one, so completely done with it. Yeah, it was cool.
Congratulations on the plat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, if you play the previous games, you kind of know what to expect. And like I said last time, the only twist is that you can capture monsters, but they're basically your spells that you normally just get by leveling up. Though, I guess the twist is that you can get levels. So there are rankings between those monsters, so you can get, if you're lucky, a more powerful one, and that will also do more damage or use less, resources or mana, whatever, to use a spell. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was less dark than the previous one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna make another one, but I mean, if they do, I'll probably get it because they're short, addictive.
What? This is the third one, and every time they change the formula a little bit, right?
Yeah, they're. I think the last one they changed it up that you were traveling by sea, and you basically had different party members in every island, and now the change up is that you can capture monsters to do your bidding.
And the first one you had a party member for the entire game.
Yeah,
that stayed with you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Yeah. So yeah, and I'd say this probably is the easiest one of the three because I didn't die once here.
Damn.
The final part. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I mean, I think maybe the fact that you can capture monsters and some have like higher rankings that might have changed the difficulty. Like if you have a really high ranking one, that can do a ton of damage, it may make things easier. Though to be fair, I did sort of challenge myself because there's always a trophy to get save up like an X amount of money, and that's not cumulative. So yeah, you do have to have that in your wallet at some point in time. So basically, for most of the game, I avoid buying any upgrades for my equipment and stuff. So
interesting. So you didn't even upgrade your equipment?
Not until the end of the game now. That's
damn. And they didn't give you a lot of equipment from chest? Because most of the time you find something from chest.
Actually, no, because the only ones I think I've found, aside from accessories, but like a ring or something, but like the armor and weapons, the only ones I found were like in the last dungeon. So, yeah, I pretty much did that without upgrading those. But at the end, when I had almost like, I think I needed 50k and at 40, and then I just sold everything and then I reloaded to get the trophy.
Yeah, that's what I would have done the same. I feel you. What's your next play? What's your next game to play?
I've also played a few of the demos for Forspoken, which you apparently like very much. I wasn't impressed, and also played demo of Seasons.
Yeah. Okay, so you did listen to me and give it a go.
I mean, I already said before that Season looked interesting. So
oh, I thought you were gonna skip it. Okay, never mind. Maybe it was someone else.
Probably. I'm not entirely sure yet if I'm gonna get this day one. I'll have to
It's
wait
iffy,
because
yeah?
yeah, it is but I think they purposely chose to I think show you sort of I don't know if mid game or whatever it is, but it seems to be like a snippet of the gameplay, so they could show you now the recording stuff, right? And
Yeah.
it feels like maybe a bit too much, you know, for yeah at the beginning. So I guess they probably will do that more gradually when you actually play the game. It is interesting, and I guess demo could have been a bit longer because I actually started to get more interesting as the moment you actually got the bike and you could travel. And that
And
worked
then the
wonderfully.
game ended.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm still sort of cautiously optimistic about it. So I'll keep it in mind and see how it does. And though I have a feeling that this is one of those games that might be at some point free for PlayStation Plus. But
Could be. Could be, because it seems to be game. It doesn't seem to have combat in it.
no, which is not a requirement for a good game.
I agree. How should I say this? If there are puzzles in this game, then I would okay. But if it's just making pictures and that's it, and record and that's it, I don't know. Cause at some point apparently there are aliens involved, and either aliens or magic or something involved. So I'm curious. Hmm?
Are we talking about the same game?
Yeah. From the trailer that they showed something magic-y or alien-y. I forgot what it was.
Okay.
But I do recall something of such ilk. So I'm curious. I tried it myself, and it's interesting to say the least. But it was so jarring for me because I had the voice acting as Japanese, and it was super jarring to hear a Japanese person, voice act an African American guy. I'm confused. I think it's a girl, right?
Yeah.
It's a woman, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I call her my daughter. But the problem is the voice acting from the Japanese, at least. It doesn't even sound like a girl. It sounds more like a boy. So that made me super confused. Okay, so it will be late. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, and as for playing next, I have no idea. I'm going through my collection and I have so much.
You're getting Final Fantasy VII Crisis?
Crisis Core, yeah, that's next.
That's in 3 days.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna play anything big then. No.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. Feel free to correct me, guys. Did you guys know that there was a demo section now on PlayStation Store?
Not a particular one, but I think is that for the Game Awards in particular, or is there a general demo section?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna give it a few weeks and then see if it's still there. But I did see a demo section. No. I don't think it's a Game Awards only because I downloaded almost shit ton of demos from that store.
Yeah. The demo section's been there, as far as I can tell, since about a month and a half ago. Because
you never told me. That's super important.
I thought you guys already knew, because I remember there was a couple of demos that were out and y'all were playing them.
Which one?
Battlefield Chronicle had a demo, didn't it?
Yeah, but you know what I did? I literally had to type Battlefield Chronicle and then find a demo.
Yeah. I assumed it was there because when I went to look for it a month ago, there was a section that said demo. I just thought it was common knowledge from
no.
What I was doing, what I did was I went to the PlayStation Plus Premium section, and I went through every category because I wanted to see, what was I missing.
Gotcha. So this maybe that's just me, but I truly wish the demo section was not there, but more like where you go, what you have downloaded, and over there, it's easier to find. With this one, you need to scroll all the way, almost like mid-half down. It's not at the beginning of the what we call it store. Hey, we have Kay.
Hello, okay.
Okay.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing good. I just
Great.
finished Callisto.
We're gonna get to you soon.
Real quick, Omar, the guy's name, I was searching him up on my people you played together with. His name is Richard Oud, O-U-D, and he's one of the he's one of the
Richard
lead-
Oud. Oud
yeah.
mean old in Dutch. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright,
super
back,
excited
Omar, just
about.
let you know.
Oh, welcome back, Maya. We're gonna get to you soon. I played Forspoken for like 10 minutes. I was so addicted to it. I'm like, okay, I better drop it now, cause otherwise it's gonna consume me. And then I went on social media, and all I could see was Forspoken, good and bad. People loving it, people hating it, and in between. And I played then different demos. Like for example, I think you got the platinum. It's the girl and the teddy bear. It's a puzzle game. You need to play with the light and dark and shadow to complete.
I got the platinum now.
Yeah. So I played the demo of that. That's absolutely something I'm gonna play. I had fun with it. I played.
I liked
Yeah.
it. It was nice. I liked it too.
Yeah.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. There is also another game for you to play. It's called Time Wait for No One, but it's in German. The name. I will let you know the name because it's puzzly. And I think it's something that you would appreciate. Other than that, I played Detroit All Human 2 demo, and this demo is big. Like I am at mission 5 or something like that, and it's still going. I don't know when the demo ends. I had to make sure that it's the actual demo and I didn't download the actual game by accident on their end. That's how big this demo is.
There's like 5 objectives. And
5
when
missions?
you do 5 objectives, it ends, but you can go back in since it's like it's like a portion of the open world, so you can still do stuff in there.
I am now where they need to worship me. Start a cult. That's where I'm at. I need to do that mission.
You were talking about Omar, but that's not German.
Tijd wacht op niemand, maar het is German in German.
No, that's not German. I'm telling you, that's
But
probably.
It's not Dutch. It's not Dutch though.
Yeah.
No. It's probably Norwegian or something.
Oh, okay, that would be interesting. I thought German because of how close to Dutch it was, and I was able to understand what it meant. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of words in Norwegian that are similar or pretty much the same as some German words.
Okay, gotcha. And with that being said, we go back to my new love, or I would say addiction, would be Forspoken. Dude, what you see, what you get. The voice acting, you either love it or hate it. I have it on Dutch. Dutch. I have it in Japanese. It's very entertaining because I love banter, especially with what?
Why do you have everything in Japanese?
Because I like the way because I don't want to hear is this a motherfucking dragon? It doesn't fit right. It feels forced for me. But a Japanese reaction would sound way natural. Try it. Load up Forspoken and put it in Japanese, voice acting wise, and compare the two. The only issue I have with it is just my end. The game is so hectic and he's talking mid-game, and I can't focus on the subtitles because I'm literally fighting for my life. So that's something I need to get used to, train myself. This game, not only it's massive, it got a lot of stuff in it. You can take photos, that's almost like a side quest. You can complete objectives.
Weren't we doing the intros? You're already gushing over Forspoken.
Hey! It's Forspoken. That's on my end. Okay, let's give it an actual section by itself. Very quick then, Jemaya, how are you and what you've been playing? Also, welcome.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. You know, I've been out here. I just beat Gotham Knights like a couple weeks ago. Got into God of War. Been playing that steadily. I'm not a like multiple game type of person. I don't like playing different games at the same time, unless it's like a multiplayer or something like that. But when it comes to a narrative game, I only play one at a time.
Especially a God of War, you gotta play it one at a time. Gotcha. Okay, how are you? What you been playing?
I'm doing good. I beat Callisto, and right now I'm playing Goat Simulator 3 with the family. It's a lot of fun with other people playing with you. I wouldn't play it by myself personally, but with other people, it's a lot of fun.
Gotcha. We're gonna give you a small section to talk about Callisto. Zarek, how are you? What you been playing?
Oh, I'm doing good. What's going on, Jemaya, bro?
What's up, player? What's up?
Nah, not much. I've been playing. I just finished platinum in Far Cry 6. So again, so I'm back on Star Ocean, trying to platinum that one. But I did play Forspoken demo. I'd say that's a worth one right there. I love that one. I love that game, bro. But
it's going to be our next addiction, eh?
Don't work on the show, man.
we're gonna go into it when it comes to Forspoken. But before we do so, let's go to No Cut Podcast. Let's start with Forspoken. I'm gonna say my pace because I was starting, and then I'm gonna go to Weave because I'm genuinely curious about Weave opinion. Very quick. Enemy varieties, there's a lot of enemy varieties. So from what I played, dodging, that's your main key. You gotta be able to dodge, man. If you're not, you're gonna get hit, and it's very difficult to know when you're hit because some of your magic can literally hurt you if you're not careful.
I'm boned.
Yeah.
I'm bad at dodging, so I'm boned.
You can real talk. I think there is an orthodox option, so make use of that. Oh, okay. So real talk. This is no joke. There is something called auto pickup and auto pickup for loot and auto pickup for harvesting plants. I put that on auto because that's such a time saver, especially with no animation involved, especially with how big this game is. I am glad there is something such as auto pickup and auto pickup for herbs and stuff like that. Like that have nothing to do with whatchamacallit, um,
Accessibility?
no, it isn't accessibility. That's the thing, though. It has nothing to do with how good you are in video game. It has to do with saving time. This is genuinely a time saver, which I am super happy with. There is also the ability to give yourself even further stamina. That's so handy if you use it for parkour. I have yet to try that to see how it is. But yeah, there is even time beat the time challenge where you transfer almost like a previous section of the game and you need to beat a boss fastest and you get a reward out of it. This game is massive. I have real talk. I have put what 2 hours, 3 hours in, and I have yet to do a single main quest. I have yet to do a single story main quest. Oh, and one of the best thing about this game, you can actually respec your skill point. To a certain degree, because I tried respec other skill points, they're like, no, you can't do that with this one. Maybe because it's a default skill that when you acquire a power, it comes with you. I'm curious. But yeah, no, it's very fascinating because this is almost as close as possible to Valhalla, where if you have, like, for example, if you're fighting an enemy is weak to fire, then you can remove all your skill points from ice, for example, and replace it with fire. And here's the kicker: you don't, or not only you don't, you shouldn't be playing the game with only one skill. You need to use all your skills, so you're constantly switching between skills mid-game, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you do so, it's fantastic. If I were to put a score on it so far, it feels to me it's going to be a 75 on meta. It's just a hunch on my end. For me, it's an amazing game, but I don't think the meta is gonna appreciate it. Which one of the metas is here? Weeb, what's up with this game or demo for you?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, but by the way, one thing that fucking irks me is that you can increase the size of the subtitles, but you can't increase the text size of all the text tutorials, which is fucking annoying because even with my big ass TV,
Yeah,
I still have inch closer to read. What the fuck
yeah.
are you saying?
I have a
And
question. Did you have
yeah,
the same issue with God of War, the old one? Cause I had that issue, but my TV was 42
yeah.
inch back then.
Yeah, I had the same thing. That's an oversight that a lot of these developers.
I don't.
Uh,
So I spoke to a few. I don't think that's an oversight. They do it on purpose, apparently, because they want to focus. Because apparently on PC it looks better, and
nah, no, no, no.
and it's
It's not on
also
purpose.
it's meant for a big TV, like for example K TV would help
Dude,
her.
dude, I have a 55-inch TV and I still have that problem.
Okay, I
So
have a 52, a 55. Oh yeah, I have a 55 inch as well, which frustrates me to no end because I thought I was done with this problem. So trust me, I feel you on this one. I agree with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Well, let me to you. He has a 24-inch TV.
Oh,
God.
yeah, probably. But still, you know that's okay. Minor thing, but the thing is though is the game is yeah, because there's a choice that they're throwing you in where they they're throwing you in rather than from the beginning, but it's still like there's one of those over-engineered games. Like you said, you have to switch between your magic attacks, but they don't like they have a tutorial, but they barely explain anything in it. And yeah, it doesn't help that you can barely read what the tutorial says, but it's so chaotic and they're
Yeah, it is chaotic. It is chaotic.
Counterintuitive.
They threw you right in the middle of the game.
Yeah, they do. Not only that, there are certain what we call it skills that you already have that you have no idea how to use and stuff like that. You need to experiment with this game a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of that, and it's not very intuitive how you switch between the attacks and how you use them. I'm not a fan of the enemy design, but that's something I already saw in previous trailers.
Yeah, the enemy design feels a little bit grainy, a little bit what we call it. It's not as crisp as, for example, Last of Us or God of War or Forbidden West,
or anything really. And you know I also like I'm not sure about the graphics. It has a bit of a washed out feel to it, right? And I don't think the draw distance is as big as I've seen like with Horizon or even God of War in that sense. And that's not even an open world game. So and I know the environments don't really look very interesting. It looks very I don't know if it's color palette or the just the design, because it really doesn't look very like a very boring open world. Really. Yeah, it feels boring. Like I was really bored, and I really got annoyed. The banter between her and her bracelet. Like
you can actually
it doesn't
dim it
make
down.
any sense, right? It's not it's all jumbled together. Like at some point you're think, oh no, these enemies are challenging, and then switch it. Oh no, they were really easy. Like what? So I don't really know what to expect from this game, but yeah, this is not a day one for me based on this demo.
Interesting. My tip for you, cause I understand your gripe with it. Cause trust me, I didn't have them, cause as soon I tried to do everything in the game, trying to learn the game and all that jazz. If you truly want to get to play the game and enjoy it, you need to put time into it. This is not. Let me put it this way. This is not a demo that you can play for 10 minutes and call it a day. This is literally a 2-3 hour to 5 hour demo.
Yeah, and I think that then you fail at the demo if you have to play it for 5 hours to figure out.
But it's through experience. Like, for example, if you would be thrown into the game mid-game with Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn, and you never played that game before, you're gonna be lost a little bit. You're not gonna know which weapon does what, which enemies does what.
Yeah, but again, first of all, it's a choice to start a demo like that, but also, I don't agree with that because the gameplay of Forspoken is really counterintuitive. Like, so the controls are very counterintuitive. So, and complicated, and the system isn't really straightforward. So, like with the Horizon, it's pretty straightforward. Yes, of course, you wouldn't know. Okay, you know what every ammo type does, right? Or how to fight enemies, but you can quickly pick that up. You don't need 5 hours in Horizon to figure out how the game works and how you defeat enemies. And the game just looks incredible, has fantastic art direction, has great enemy design. So you need to be drawn into that. Forspoken has none of that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you're talking though with knowledge of already playing the game, so you can't really say that about Horizon because you already played it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm sure when you play the game, you're gonna start off with like one power. They're gonna do a slow walk you through it, and about time you get to the demo part, you'll know how to play the game correctly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, because people play Horizon now, Forbidden West, and they have no clue how to play the game, and they played the first one, so I'm still confused about that one.
Yeah, but I mean, I like in an absolute sense, you might be right, but I think it's like sort of comparing apples and oranges, but because I don't think the combat of Horizon is that complicated. There's, you know, it's pretty easy to pick up, and the world by itself, even if you don't know the story, like it sort of is a character by itself because they've put a lot of intention in how to design the world, the environments, the machines, right? So it feels like a living, breathing world, and this doesn't, right? It feels very much like a sort of drab, empty world.
So
with,
you
You
basically you don't like the
animated
setting.
characters around somewhere.
I
Sorry?
keep hearing that, but that's the whole point, right? Isn't the whole point is the world is all like full of like pestilence and shit, and like it's all like decaying and everything, and
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, but-
cities, like so, like that's the whole point of the game to be like that. So you
Yeah,
can't
but-
knock it for being what it's supposed to be.
No. I mean, there's a difference between a purposely empty world and an empty world that, like, doesn't feel interesting to walk around. Like Death Stranding has an empty world because that's what it's supposed to be, right? It's a world where humanity has withdrawn shelters where you're supposed to have this feeling of loneliness when you're walking around that world. But that works because that was designed to be. This is like it's not necessarily the same thing that like it doesn't really like the difference, for example, with Horizon is that when these machines, like when you encounter them, they're doing stuff. They're performing a function. They're not just standing there waiting for you to come to them and interact with them. That's what happens.
Okay,
with,
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. I now understand what you mean, and I agree with this point. I understand it, and I agree with it. But at the same time, pick it up later and give it a go, because they throw you right in. They literally throw you in and say, swim. I truly believe this needed a better tutorial, because there and you didn't touch upon it. I'm gonna do. There is literally a skill that you need to press, or rather hold, R2 and L2 at the same time. And what would happen is, and this is just me, the game is literally controlled via R2 and L2. R2 does a move and L2 does a different move. And it's something you need to get used to, because most of the time happen with me. I'm so used for R2, or rather L2, almost like a zoom in function in certain games, and then R2 where you should. So I would press both buttons and I link my superpower. But I agree with Weep that the world doesn't feel alive, but I think that's on purpose. I think because remember this, I have yet to meet the new enemies. What I mean by that is the enemies that I fought, most of them were monsters or mutated monsters, and they were just chilling or asleep or doing nothing. But to be fair, it's difficult to compare it to Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn in general, because because Horizon enemies had function. But if you look like if you fight an enemy, He was supposed to be mining materials. He was supposed to be guarding a different enemy. So they have function. But with this one, they don't. But
Yeah,
on
but
a...
I
Yeah?
I, I know that Horizon is perhaps an unfair comparison because it purposely has designed enemies that indeed perform a function. But there are other open world games where enemies feel like they sort of belong there. Like if you take The Witcher 3, like that's a living, breathing world. When you encounter enemies, you don't feel like they're just spawned there or just were I think the feeling I have is like that Forspoken has sort of has a world like a map, and they just pasted the enemies on there, and it doesn't really feel like this is like a living, breathing world. And
Okay.
yes, I know if their purpose is that it is a dead world or whatever, fine. But like I didn't really enjoy, from what I've played, spending
Yeah.
time in that world. And
If
that's
you
kind
didn't
of
enjoy it, then
yeah,
nobody can do
yeah,
anything about it.
yeah.
Enjoyment is the most
That's why
important
I
thing.
really don't want to play the demo, because I think is going to give people a bad taste of the game, because they're not trying to show you the narrative parts and explain to you what's going on. So you're just out there running around just doing magic and shit. And it's kind of like a pointless demo, maybe just to show you the graphics or whatever. But like, I think they should have went with like just the beginning of the game, showed you the first tutorial stage, instead of throwing you so far into the game without giving you any context to what's going on.
Real talk, I'm gonna actually listen to you and not play the story version of the demo. Cause I've been running around doing all the time stuff and I'm having a blast. But I didn't touch the main story yet. I was gonna do so next, but I'm actually not gonna do so and wait for the full game. Cause I don't wanna be lost with this one. Because I enjoyed the demo. It's just I don't know anything about the story, and I'm gonna keep it like that. Anyone here else played the demo?
Yeah, I played it.
So how was it?
It was fun to me. I went through the tutorial about it. See how this game is fits. At first I was just kind of iffy on the controls. I was like, man, dude, like these controls, man, it's gonna take a while because I'm so used to these other controls,
Yeah,
and maybe because it's just a different type of game, and so they expect us to have something different about it, play it a different way, like you don't normally play it. So I say about 10 minutes in, I knew the controls. I knew how to play it, and I enjoyed it. I love the customization. I love the leveling up thing. It's man, it's pretty doggone good, man. I went through almost all the areas. The transversal is pretty good. I tested out some certain things, like uh, like switching between magic, right? I was kind of not understanding how to switch between magic. So I kind of play around with it, and I switch, and I say, oh, so this is easier way because the directional buttons is easy to switch between magic. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start using the directional buttons and to switch up different types of ways to do it. And so so I found chests that you could do puzzles. There's a puzzle chest. I did that, leveled up my backpack or whatever, the inventory, just finding different items. And now enemy wise, I encountered a lot of enemies in my playthrough. I encountered rare ones. I encountered a bear.
yeah, I know where you're at. The bear, he hit hard, yeah.
Yeah, oh, he's hard. Oh, I defeated him. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm level 21 right now. Let's see what else. I encountered a village earlier today that I didn't see before. So I went venturing into the village, and there was a whole group of enemies in that village. And I was like, bruh, it's like kind of ghostly like, but you just need to use fire for that. That's guaranteed to you. And I did the ones on the bridge. Oh, I did that. I did those too. They was usually mostly ice. So
Yeah, that was the time. That what we call it. The time section where you can do it. You need to do it, and you need to kill the boss, and as fast as possible, and you get the reward out of it.
right. I did that. Oh, I encountered some enemy. Oh, certain little enemy. Oh, he was strong. He was very strong.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have a question. Did you do? So maybe you haven't done it. It's an area next to the crocodile. There is a small area, almost like a small coliseum. If you go in there, they have you fight a few minions and one big guy that is weak, I think, to ice, which you don't have. Have you fought him yet?
yeah.
He is super brutal.
No, I ain't fighting yet. No. What's up, man? All right, thank you, man. No, I didn't fight that yet. Actually, I'm still traversing on other places, so I'm still kind of get to know the area. I didn't go into that area, but I did took a photo. There's
Yeah.
a fine with photos, and so you go in there and you take a pictures or whatever at the different places. There's that. I upgraded the scarf, and I didn't mess around with the fingernails yet, but it's kind of weird. But I messed around with the necklace, messed around with that, upgraded it, put some abilities into it.
Oh wait, you can put abilities into it? I thought, okay, I didn't, whatchamacallit, experiment with it. I did get a
Yeah,
better necklace, one that gives me HP when I kill an enemy.
yeah,
Super
yeah,
handy.
yeah. Once you do that, cause you can switch too, like the different panels of it. Oh, when
Yeah.
you switch over, it'll say like healing. Like I think kind of healing upon damage or whatever. I forgot how to word out. I don't think it's anything to do with healing on damage, but you can play around with it, switch around different things, and you'll find like the stuff that you've been acquiring over the land. The stuff that you've been acquiring over the land, those are ingredients to put into the necklace, the scarf, or whatever.
I have so many hundred of these ingredients, but I didn't touch any of them yet. I was so busy running around, I didn't do anything but running around and fighting enemies and collecting chests. And that is such a time eater in the sense of you can be lost in the demo for days. That's how
Yeah,
big the demo is.
yeah, yep.
Um,
Because I,
if would you, if you had choice, would you rather have? Oh wait, would you rather have the ability to? I'm gonna get back to Weep for a one conversation because I remember something. Would you rather have the ability to play the demo from beginning, or would you rather be thrown in the middle, and yeah,
hmm,
play the demo?
no, it's just I don't know. I guess it depends, because I probably could use this as an example. Final Fantasy 15, when I was playing that, the demo episode Dusky, they took me to a part where I didn't understand what the heck what this game is about. All I know is just the king, I mean the prince, and the three other dudes. That's all the thing I knew. And I was like, okay, so let's see how this game plays. And so he took me to tour how everything plays. So in reality, you're just doing a side quest, but it's the main part of the game. It's part of the main storyline. So as I was playing it and stuff, I was like, okay, maybe it depends on what they're trying to go at. It depends on the developer's mindset or what they want us to feel. So maybe in this one they want us to get the feel of combat a little bit. Get the
But
feel
if
of
you had
combat.
to choose, which would you choose for?
and that's the hard thing. I don't know what to choose. I just play it, man.
Okay,
I just
gotcha. Um, before we go to anyone else, I want to give a shout out to chat. First we have Isandrios, Sup. We have David Simir, Sup. Jemaya's here. Craig, the tech guy, Sup. And of course, our mod, Cyber Dragon. How are you, my dude? Anyone here else played it? The demo?
I played the demo.
Okay, so how was it for you, Kay?
Well, I just want to preface that before the demo, when I was looking at Forspoken, I already had a feeling that it just wasn't my type of game, personally. And but when they said that the demo, you could play the demo, I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to give it a try, right? So I tried it, and I just... it just only confirmed that it's not
It's
my
not for
type.
you? Yeah. Which is A-okay.
I think it took me about 10 minutes to get a hold of the controls and really play with everything. Like the powers and abilities are really cool. Like I really love the abilities, right? You know, and it's not like I was being trash at the game, because like I was like keeping at like a B, and there was like a couple of times that I was almost at S for like because like it constantly grades you on your combat, right?
Yeah, precisely.
So it's not like I'm going, oh, I'm trash at it, so I hate the game, right? So it's not that. You know, I'm with Weeb on everything that he said, and this just comes from like a personal preference, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying these things like objectively, like they're subjective to me, right? I felt like it's a really in-depth, complex combat system, and it's slightly overwhelming, and I'm sure with time, you know, I'd get used to it, but I just really wasn't feeling it, and like we were saying with the open world, it almost felt kind of like Sonic Frontiers open world, right? Where it's really open. There's not too much going on, right? Like it is the demo, right? So you give it that, but because like I can only judge the demo, right? So it's really open. There's not really too much going on. There's like groups of enemies scattered here and there, and it wasn't enough to keep me personally interested or make me invested into the game.
Okay, but we love Forbidden West, right?
Right.
Is that not the same though? Because there is only a group of enemies waiting for you. Yes, they're doing their own thing, but it's not. I'm not dogging you on what your opinion is. I'm confused at how one game gets a pass and the other game, it's not per se get a pass, but like one game you're okay with, because I don't think you ever said anything like this about Forbidden West, nor have I, nor we, nor anyone else. But with this one, it's interesting, so I'm curious, what would you have wanted in an open world game? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, of course, with every open world game, like, I mean, what else are you supposed to do with enemies, right? Like, you're supposed to have groups of enemies on the map, right?
Yeah.
So with
And find collectibles and like for example with Forbidden West, where you need to find to climb and get whatchamacallit, something, I forgot what it is. So basically, like for example with this one, you need to fight a group of enemies and you open a chest, or do something and then you open a chest, something like that. So it's very confusing for me. Yeah, go ahead.
And for that opinion, it's probably just because it's just the demo, so you're just kind of thrown in without, really any narrative direction to, to feel like, besides the chest, to feel like these groups of enemies have like a purpose, right? Other than just, oh look, use your combat, kill them, that's it. But that's also part of the fun, right? It's just the way I felt. It just felt like it almost just felt like practice for the combat for me. But then again, it's a demo, so that's kind of the purpose, right?
Would it have been a better experience, you think, if you had played from the beginning?
Probably. I'm gonna say yeah.
I think you want to be invested, in the story.
And also the dialogue. Half of the time I wasn't even listening to it because one, I was really concentrating on the combat.
I agree.
And, how to properly execute the combat, right? With with proficient rather than just button mashing, right? So half the time I wasn't even listening because most of the time they were talking during combat, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much for any game that I play where all the dialogue is in the combat, I'm gonna pretty much not hear half of it. But that just might be an attention thing on my end.
I don't think that's a you thing, because I played it with subtitles and still I had no time to focus on any, because you need to focus on combat or else you'll die. Like, enemies are no joke. So I feel you on that end. I'm iffy on that front because I wish it was like this. At the beginning, before you start the fight, they tell you, look, a group of enemy, fight them. When you kill an enemy, okay, good job, you've done it well. But with this one, they're constantly telling you, go here, do this, go here, he's open for an attack, do something and such else. But here's the difference though. Remember, God of War has the exact same thing. So how was that different? I think I know why. God of War was slower, gameplay wise. I think that's what makes it different. Would you agree?
I was gonna say, let's be honest. Even Final Fantasy VII Remake has bad dialogue. Like, Square is not good with English dialogue. You need to hire some English writers because their dialogue is so cringy. It's like watching an anime and you're reading the subtitles and you're like, that can't be what they're saying. It's like weird to me.
I don't think you played Final Fantasy Remake.
What are you talking about? You have Barrett yelling half the game, like every 5 seconds.
No. I said I don't think Kay played Final Fantasy Remake, so it's different for her.
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's really fast combat, and so it's different if in God of War, right? Like most of the time it's somebody saying, oh, use your shield, or you're on fire, or just kind of like audio cues rather than actual trying to have a conversation with you type dialogue.
They do. He is.
What's that memoir? It's always like, behind you, brother. I'm like, bro, relax.
Yeah.
I'm focused right now.
It's interesting. It's very interesting because they want to do it because they don't want you to feel bored. Because the combat needs to be fun. It's very interesting with this one. Anything else you have gripe with it, Kay?
From the dialogue that I did catch, the banter between the Cuff and her, right? I personally I didn't care for the dialogue. I didn't care for the banter. I didn't think it was funny. But that just might be my my humor. I just wasn't vibing with the dialogue, the vocabulary, how they were talking. A family member walked in and they said, who wrote this, a middle schooler? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's like most of Square's dialogue.
Not only that, I think this is specifically targeted for Isekai games. Isekai games gonna be different. You're gonna have
Omar, no, you're not gonna.
How is no? You have literally. I was literally listening to the dialogue where she says, Do you like talking about coffee? And I'm pretty sure he never drank coffee in his entire life. He said, "Oh, I hate it, but I'm pretty sure you would love it." Something of such ilk. Like you're gonna
What does
have.
it have to do with isekai?
Sorry.
I don't know either. I love isekais. I watch them all the time. I'm like, what do you?
What I mean by that is she's gonna mention something about the real world, and he's gonna feel lost about
Yeah,
it. That's what I mean.
yeah, that's not an example of cringe dialogue. If written as cringe, there's no excuse whether it's isekai or not. I mean, I love isekai as much as you do, and there are plenty of isekai that are well written, don't have cringe dialogue. So I don't
I
think that's an excuse.
I genuinely
But
believe it's gonna be come down to if you played it sub or dub. Cause I heard the dub is horrible, like horrible.
Well, like
I
I
don't
said,
know.
Square has never really, to me, had great in-game dialogue between characters. It's always like,
Yeah,
what the hell is going on
even
with this game?
Valkyrie Elysium has that. Like I'm curious about what other people think with this one. I'm genuinely curious. By the way, Weeb, I'm gonna get back to you for one last thing. If I remember correctly, we were playing. I played it. What?
Hold on, 10 seconds. I just wrap up my
Oh,
thing.
sorry. I thought you were done. Sorry. No 10
No,
seconds. Continue.
Done. It won't take much longer. Maybe like a minute at most.
No, you
So,
do.
okay.
Go ahead. Say what you want to
I'm
say.
not on the demo or anything. It's obviously just not my type of game. And I was playing it with Morgan. Like we were in chat talking and playing it at the exact same time. Like we started at the same time. And she loved it. I mean, she was having a blast. She really enjoyed it. So it's just honestly just a personal preference. And I've seen other people on Twitter that they say, "Oh, I love this game," and like, you know, it's like, oh, that's awesome, right? Just not mine, not my game.
I have a question. Have you ever played Infamous?
I think that people should be allowed not to like a game. Like,
Of
you know what I mean?
course.
Like, nowadays, people get crazy if you say you don't like a game they like. Like, I never understood that.
Of course. No, I would never penalize her for
Not you,
for it.
but like in general, if you go on Twitter, say you
Yeah.
go on Twitter right now and say I don't like Elden Ring, your whole comments would be flooded.
Yeah, I got you, but I was genuinely curious about the psyche and how one game does the same thing and the other game does the same thing, and yet you feel different on both with two different games. That I was genuinely curious about. But yeah, no, absolutely, you can dislike a game or hate a game. I'm all for that. You know me. Weeb, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you cited that you would rather play a demo from the mid-section where you can get more abilities than from the beginning where you have only one ability, right?
It depends on the game. Like with Valkyria, was it?
Yeah, I remember Valkyrie Profile. That's
Yeah.
what you didn't enjoy about it because they didn't give you a lot of abilities.
Well, the problem with that one was that you play a tutorial where they introduce you to the ability of
And then take it away.
Yeah, and then take it away, right? I mean, I understand that's the beginning of the game, but you know, if you want people to get interested in the game, you would have done better to take like a mid-section of the game where you have that ability, so you can play around with that. And that was my issue because you know the gameplay without those iron was not very fun to me. It was very basic. Here they sort of. I don't think this is very far into the game, but they have the issue that there's too much things that you can do, but also it's not very intuitive, right? I mean, it was pretty simple, right? If you could just very easily figure out if it worked like a lot of other games, then you know it's fine to give you a lot of options to play around with. But if it requires you to gradually get into it because you've made the gameplay complex, and there's nothing wrong with making gameplay complex, because if that's what you want to do, then do that. But do be aware that you do need to take people, you know, more by the hand and unless you again don't want to do that, but then the appeal of your game will be much more narrow. People say Souls games don't really take you by the hand, and that's fine. But you also know that if you want to appeal to, let's say, the mainstream gamer, well, that's not going to be for them, right? So if you want to appeal to them, then you do need to take some effort to guide them more gradually. Because if you give everything all at once, and if it's not intuitive, then you overwhelm people, and it doesn't fucking help that the tutorial texts that are supposed to explain them are unreadable unless you are standing 20 centimeters from the screen. So I mean, all of that sort of took me out of that, and again, the world wasn't telling to me, etc. So I'm with Kay in that. This might not be for me. I mean, I'm willing to giving it another chance because I'm hearing you talking very enthusiastically about it, but I don't think this is going to be for me. I think this game is going to be probably divisive in the sense that there's people like you. You also like Valhalla, so I think that might also be part of it. If that's sort of your thing, then maybe that this is also your thing. If you like more focused games, or if you like more, like a game like God of War is not technically an open world game. It has open world areas, but it's much more linear in that regard. So
I mean, even God of War, we had that section with the crater where it's opened up immensely.
Yeah, but and that was fun, right? That was fun because there was so much.
I think what made it fun is because you open it up. You open it up bit by bit by bit by bit. It's not a full open world where you can genuinely be lost with it. I think that's the issue.
And there's so much to do, and also so much variation to. Like, this is a very carefully crafted and created world, right? You have like immediately you're introduced like a dragon is just spitting fire at you, right? So this is not like a very boring open world with nothing in there, and you just have to find enemies to fight and chests to open and pick shit up, right? And this is sort of your reward for exploring, and also pretty late in the game. So, and completely optional because a lot of people miss that because you didn't win.
Yeah. Okay.
And but if like you said, Forbidden West is probably more fair to me there because that's actually an open world. But like I said, Forbidden West looks more alive. There's much more to do there in the sense that when you get to settlement or outpost, there's people there you can talk to and have missions for you, and it feels much more rewarding to explore there, and the world looks absolutely gorgeous, and this doesn't really invite me as much to go out there and find stuff. I can't imagine when I'm playing this game, my OCD might force me to just go everywhere and first pick up all the shit and explore everything before I go to the main quest. But it might actually be that this might be one of those games where at some point you get bored by it and just going to do a main quest because you can't be bothered to look for into every nook and cranny because it doesn't really invite you. You're kind of expecting it's going to be another enemy encounter of enemies that don't really be interesting.
Gotcha.
Did you like find any places that you could discover by exploring? I know it's the demo, but like
for example, the bear. A lot of people miss the bear. There are enemies that I've yet to fight, bosses that others have fought that I've yet to fight, and the ones that I did fight, I bet you many didn't even know about them. This game is, again, the demo is massive. It feels like a 5-hour demo. This is not a small demo. That's the thing with Square Enix. Square Enix, for the most part, their demos are on the larger side. Like if you play, Dragon Quest Builder. I forgot 1 or 2. The demo is 3 to 5 hours. I'm not joking. It's a massive demo.
Yeah, I could tell it was massive because for the download it was like 14 gigs.
No, it was 30, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I was close. Yeah, like it's more than a 10 gig, download. So
Yeah.
I automatically right then and there I was like, oh, this is a big demo, and like I said, Morgan finished the demo before me because she just did like the objectives, and for me,
okay.
found and finding treasure chests and doing the time trials and stuff like that. She's like, did you finish it already? I'm like, no, I've only done like maybe one objective.
Gotcha. I have a question. Are you a fan of Infamous?
Yes, I love Infamous.
Okay, interesting, because this gave me Infamous feel. And I love Infamous. So...
I mean, I didn't quite get that from this game. I don't know.
Gotcha. Maybe because you're doing almost the same power instead of shooting electricity, you're shooting stone with your hand. Literally the same move.
No, I mean, I was using the different powers, but when I think of Infamous, I think of more of the traversal. But that's...
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? People keep saying that it's stealing Infamous rock shooting. That's a classic anime thing right there, shooting rocks. Yeah. Like that's a Japanese thing. That's not a Infamous thing. Infamous copied Japanese anime. That's rock
I didn't say.
No, I'm just saying like
okay.
not you, but like, I see people always saying like, oh, it looks like Infamous, but like I'm like, yeah, Infamous copied that rock thing from Japanese anime, and like you said, it's the isekai, so.
I just love Infamous, and I love the power in Infamous. So this one. Yeah, I got you. Before we continue, what's up, Stardust? How are you, man? Switching gears, stay with us, Kay. Callisto Protocol, how was it for you?
If I came right out and said my score, I think I gave it, I would, if we're doing like 0.5 roundup, right, I would give it an 8, personally. My brother played it too, and he gave it like a 6.5. But he has a way different gameplay style than I do. He's very like aggressive, in your face, more fast, fast paced, and I'm more.
Yeah, you're gonna die a lot with that
slow
style
and methodical. I like the stealth, so. I felt like it catered more to my taste and play style, so therefore I enjoyed it more than, say, him, right? Like, he was constantly frustrated because, he would keep getting his ass kicked because he would try to go in there and be way too fucking aggressive. And I'm over here actually whooping ass because I'm taking my time and being more methodical in combat.
Gotcha. And I have the feeling he wasn't making use of his gloves that often, right?
No, he was using the grip.
Oh, yeah, he was. Okay. Gotcha. Did you get are you gonna get the platinum for it?
If I do, it's gonna be when New Game Plus comes out.
Gotcha. Cause you don't wanna do it all over again. I feel you. Okay, interesting. So you gave it an 8 and he gave it 6.5. Any glitches, bugs on your end?
I'm sorry if you hear my dog. Oh my gosh, hold on. So yeah, there were glitches and bugs. I think it crashed on me 3 different times, and they were like during fucking cutscenes, so that was annoying, right?
Cause you can't skip cutscene. Yeah, I feel you.
The thing I was most frustrated about though was there was at least 5 times where I was on top of an enemy, facing him, and I would do R1 melee, which is like your power hit with the baton, and the hit would not register, and that's probably the one thing that frustrated me the most.
So you still gave it an 8 compared to Evil West. Is Evil West that bad?
Evil West, I gave Evil West a 7.
I think you gave it 6.5.
No, No, I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7.
Okay, 7.
And because like halfway through the game, I didn't want to play anymore because it was just so fucking repetitive. And
Okay.
in Callisto, I every encounter I was wanting to get through it, like in a good way, right? So I didn't feel like I was pushing myself to the end, like in Evil West.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyone here played Midnight Sun? Anyone?
No, but it's funny because I'm on CD keys right now. I'm debating should I buy the Legendary Edition or just the regular edition.
I'm gonna talk to you about it. I played. So shout out to again Broken Games IT. He gave me a copy of. He gave me a code. He actually got a code and he didn't want it, so I asked it from him and he gave it to me. Okay. First of all, when are we gonna call out developers for literally putting a PlayStation 5 game with the PlayStation 3 graphics? Jamaya, go look up Midnight Sun and look at the graphics.
I know what it looks like. It looks like XCOM. I mean, I'm not bothered about the way it looks. I mean, it's a strategy game. The strategy is the thing that I like. It's not really. I mean, it can look better definitely, but
yeah, but
it's an XCOM game, bro. What do you want?
But different is XCOM is a nobody character, but with this one, these are superheroes. You're supposed to give them a little bit, you know. I don't know.
It's for Raxus also, so they always have like very cartoony like.
No, it's not the cartoony part that. It's not the cartoony part that I mind. It's literally a PlayStation 3 game that I'm playing. That's my issue. Okay, so when it comes to fun factor, I do recommend it. But be prepared, this game, just like Forspoken, is massive. And it has two different sections. The first section, you go on a mission and you fight. But then there is also the exploring sections, where you are in a hub area, you need to go explore and do a main mission on that end as well. So basically the missions are separated in split in two. One mission where you're with other superheroes that help you, and the other one you're fighting alone. And the story is very interesting, but here is the issue with the story. Oh, am I breaking? Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, the story is very interesting. Oh, did you hear? What is the last thing you heard?
All I know is like you're some like born prophets. You prophet to be like the savior or whatever. I'm not sure. I didn't really go too hard into it.
Okay, no.
From her to you?
Yeah, precisely.
I don't even know. You're breaking up the whole time.
Oh, okay. So I need to make sure then. Okay. Thank you for telling me.
You talked about the two parts, the hub part.
Yeah.
I heard all that part, the first part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said after that.
Okay, so yeah, two parts. One part is you fight the mission with your teamwork, with your coworkers, and the other one you do it on your own. I have a question for you, Jumaya. Are you whatchamacallit, not invested, but are you aware of the whole Midnight Sun, who they are and all that jazz?
I'm not actually familiar with this part of Marvel. I'm not even.
Okay, yeah. Then you're gonna be at me lost.
Yeah, I never even really heard of them. I mean, I was like, did they have a comic and stuff?
I don't know. I'm
a big Marvel fan, and I never really heard of this.
I am as lost as you, and to make it even worse, they seemed important.
Does anybody know? Anybody on the panel know about Midnight Suns? I've never heard of them. Like
I wish Nate was here. He might be able to elaborate on this one, but
I haven't read it. I understand that it is based on a particular Marvel series, yeah.
And the problem with this one is it almost feels like you play part 2. Because there is an event that already happened, And the problem is they talk about it like that's something you should know. I'm like, excuse you, me?
Yeah, I kind of hate when games try to like make you feel like the world has like a deep history by like telling you about shit you don't know about. You're like, oh,
But
okay. That
they
sounds
have
cool.
they have a deep history though. Like for example, the Midnight Sun. Every single one of them, they let's just say they fought evil enemies before we met them. They ran through hardship before we met them. Like I feel lost
But
with
if
this
you don't
one.
know who Iron Man is or
Sorry?
Wolverine, that's I mean, if you don't know who Iron Man is or
No, no, no,
Wolverine, that's
no.
what.
I have yet to encounter Wolverine. I know he is in there, but I'm talking specifically about the Midnight Sun. Like, for example, you encounter what's his name, Spider-Man, and just called Spider-Man, and he explained his backstory. I'm like, easy, you're Spider-Man, easy to know. But then you have my. So basically, with this one, you need to create your own character. And the story is about this main character. But the problem is they all talk about it like I supposed to know when I don't know anything. It's just okay. Maybe it's just me, but when I played Spider-Man or even Batman, I never once felt lost.
Yeah, but dude, this is definitely you because this is a player created character. This is an avatar, so it's not like you could live with the same complaints
No,
at
no, no.
Dragon Age Inquisition, where you are the Inquisitor and everybody's talking about you like you're the hero, etc. And I mean, it's a character that is essentially there to represent you. And yeah, sure, there's sort of all this lore about it, like you're a legendary character, but I mean, you have to just accept that.
Yeah, that's
No, no. I already accepted it. It's just I feel lost. Especially
of course you're
because
lost.
I don't know who the Midnight Suns are, and I wanna get to know them.
I
And
just looked it up. They had
I
a
looked it
comic
up
book
as
run
well. Okay, so
from
it's a
like
comic book.
yeah, they had like a small crossover event from December '93 to August '94. So it was pretty short. So I'm pretty sure nobody knows what the hell, unless you're like a hardcore Marvel comic fan.
I thought maybe there's a movie I can watch or something, so I get up to speed. Cause their powers is very interesting, and I'm like, you are Blade. What are you doing here? Okay, and then you are Ghost Rider, but you're not. You are almost like an not
They
this.
just launched a new comic, Omar. So you should go check it out.
Sorry.
Oh, I got a. They just launched the comic for Midnight Suns in 2022. They just launched
Oh, I will look it up then, cause I want.
My
Yeah.
question is it worth me buying this game for $88 for the Legendary Edition? That's what I want to know.
Absolute.
Right now, before I'm gonna hit buy.
Okay. When it comes to this, it's all about you. If you have the money and you don't mind spending it, then do so. Cause I heard the fuck Giga edition give you shit ton of stuff that the other edition doesn't. I
just
heard.
bought it.
Yeah.
There you
If you're a gamer like me, and you have the money, then I don't think you should miss out on the extra stuff, cause
I
it
just
is.
bought the Legendary Edition.
Yeah. So there is that. But again, I am not. It's not a gripe that I have with the game. I just felt lost myself because I wanna know more about them. Because they are interesting. Every single one of them is interesting, have interesting powers, and I'm like, how do you work? Like for
Is the
example,
game not doing a proper explanation of what's going on?
they explain it, but I wanna know more.
Oh,
So for example,
okay.
so
You
for
want you want a spin off? You want the TV show? You want
yeah,
you want the,
like for
the card
example,
set?
one woman have literally a staff that have give her the ability to warp reality. she can literally say, let's say, I want 10 million, and she would get 10 million. But it needs to be used from her own blood, so that's the price she pay. Also, she must, well, excuse you, me, Viper, at least do that like the ninja style. Enjoy your food. She literally, basically, she have the ability as a genie. She is only allowed to
Who's the
use.
character?
Sorry.
Who's the character you talk about?
She is the one with almost like on one side she have hair, on the other side it's almost like bald. I forgot what. I think her name is Nico. She is actually the whatchamacallit, the
I'm
leader.
not familiar with a lot of these characters.
That's the thing though. She's interesting, but I don't know anything about her.
You're rambling on about this, but again, this is a you thing, because from what I understand of this game, you can sort of build relationship with these characters, right? You can talk to them.
You can, yeah.
You probably will find out more about their backstory that way. But on the other hand, you have to realize these are established comic book characters, so they're not going to explain everything about these characters, even if they might not be as well known as Iron Man or Spider-Man. So you will have to accept that to a certain extent, you will not get that information from the game, because this is a game made for Marvel fans, and they're expecting you to already know that.
I think even Jemaya is gonna be lost. Go ahead. What do you want? I think Kay. What do you want to say?
Go read the wikis.
Exactly.
It's amazing. I will agree on that. But it's not a complaint. I love information. I love knowledge. So when I'm feeling like I'm like, you have such a cool ability. How did you get it? What can you do with it? Tell me something of that ilk. But yeah, moving forward. Game of the Year award. So everyone, congratulations
Bill
to
Clinton
them,
for
I
Dirty.
guess.
Huh.
I was rooting for Forbidden West, but sadly Forbidden West won zero award.
Over stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Viper. That's something Morgan and Casey put to say, not you. Ooh, that's cringy coming from you. Your daughter, okay, I will accept it, but you? Hey, what's up, T-Fresh? Okay, so real talk. Goatee, it was amazing. Death Stranding 2, sign me the fuck up. A new Star Wars game. I'm absolutely gonna play the previous one because I love this type of game, but I'm not into the Star Wars verse. I've watched a few movies, but that's about it. So there's that. What else? A lot of indies that I'm super interested in. One where you literally almost like look at a picture and you go through it. It's almost like a puzzly game. Like that's so fascinating.
Viewfinder is the name of the game.
Yeah. Mr. Ninja, you're not ninjaing right now.
Yes, I am. You just can't tell I'm eating. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I was entertained through the whole show, but every single time I'm entertained, I'm get slapped in the face with an Xbox Game Pass ad.
Yep.
How many fucking ad was there? I'm not joking. I didn't count, but I ballpark it to 10 ads. Maybe what you call it, exaggerating. It between the 10 and 5 and 10 out. I'm not joking. It became insufferable
You
because
don't like Game Pass?
I'm sorry.
You don't like Game Pass?
I don't like. No, it's not that I don't like Game Pass. Game Pass can do its own thing. Cool. But one time, two time maximum. Show it and call it a day. Why must I watch Game Pass commercial over and over and over and over again? I'm like, with that time, give me more time of Judge talking. I would actually listen to Judge. He was very open and emotional about him winning, and I enjoyed that.
I thought you wanted things to be explained to you, Omar.
Sorry? Weeb. So I truly enjoyed Judge winning. Apparently he was supposed to go long because they wanted people to win Steam Decks. Because
That makes sense.
people were winning Steam Decks every minute. So here's the issue though. He is being disrespected and made a meme out of. Next time, let people know. We're gonna give this one a little bit longer because we want people to win as many Steam Decks as possible.
Dude, where are you getting that? Because I just made that joke. I'm not sure if that's actually true.
No, not you. On your Twitter. Even PlayStation fans were like, are you done? Next year and you're still not done. Like, I've seen it all.
No, I know, but I made a joke on Twitter that he actually did that to get more people Steam Decks, but I don't think he actually did that on purpose.
No, it was. No. It was no joke. I remember Jeff Keighley coming through and said we needed to do that, and apparently that's what it is. So if that's the case, let people know beforehand. I would sit down, grab a cup of coffee or a cola, and listen. It was entertaining.
It's the internet, bro. They're gonna make fun of everything.
Yeah, they're gonna make fun of anything. The Mario movie. Yo, is it just me or it almost felt like I was watching a Flodder movie. Fodder. It's an old movie from Robin Williams.
Flubber?
Yeah. It had that comedy of Flubber. That's how it felt for me.
So is that good or bad?
It's amazing.
I have no idea how you got Flubber out of that.
That's how I felt. Okay, maybe because of the time age that I watched.
Back for that one. Kids don't even know about Flubber.
I mean, okay, we're boomers.
To you.
We're old boomer, but to me it felt like I was teleported back to 1990 or something of such ilk. That's how it felt with this movie. The comedy, the realism of the movie. It felt. I'm sold. I would have absolutely watched it on in cinema, but I'm gonna wait on it to come to TV and watch it on TV because yo. That
I don't have any kids or anything, so I'm not gonna go watch it in the theater.
But that movie, you felt it, like you felt you're being transported into a Mario verse. Would you agree?
I mean,
I thought it was good.
I felt like no, I'm definitely gonna go watch it. Well, one because I have a 9-year-old, so we're definitely gonna go see it. But from the feel of it, like it just feels like just your run-of-the-mill slapstick kid movie with Mario skin. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying that's just Like there's nothing that's like super special about it. At least, you know.
Gotcha. You're a
That's good on
hater.
TV.
Well, nah, she is hater. We're gonna call it out as. Joking, by the way. Weeb, are you gonna watch it?
If they find a different voice actor.
Yo,
Yeah.
I won't lie that Chris Pratt is not a good Mario voice. Like, they should have just kept the regular guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Maybe I didn't hear it well, but I didn't, have any issue with it. But maybe I need to give it a listen
Yeah,
again.
the problem is that he, when he was announced, he made a video saying he sort of did in his voice, and I said, no, that's not going to be it. And it turns out that was exactly the voice he was using. So it's basically just his.
Yeah, so yeah, he's gonna use his actual voice and not Mario voice. I feel you.
It's like, I don't even understand why they think they need a big name. It's Mario. Mario is bigger than Chris Pratt. Like, I don't understand why they think they need Chris Pratt to be the voice.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Zarek, are you gonna watch it?
I'll watch it whenever.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mr. Ninja, are you gonna watch it?
Shit, I have a kid. Even if she says she's not gonna go see it, I'm gonna see it. The only movies I watch in the theater are animations and action movies.
Not in theater. When it comes to the internet.
When it first comes out, that's when I'm gonna go see it because I like stuff like that.
And I am pretty sure your daughter would love to watch it.
Sometimes she does, sometimes she don't. It depends. Because
okay.
some movies like that can be done really well. My top 3 happens to be Cars, the first movie, Big Hero 6, and Inside Out. I loved all 3 of those.
Have you watched Sonic?
Yes, I seen Sonic 1. I was supposed to see Sonic 2 with my family, but my wife snatched that from underneath me and saw it with my mother-in-law, so I got upset, and I'm boycotting.
Don't boycott Sonic. Go watch the second one. I still need to watch the second one.
No, what you have to understand is my wife will come to me and she'll say, "Hey, you want to go see a movie? Just me, you, and I." And I go, "Yeah, sure." And then when the day rolls around, my mom and the cousins want to go see it, and I'm working or doing something, I can't go see it, and they wind up seeing it, and I get upset.
I feel you, but still, don't take it out on Sonic. Go watch the movie. The first one was amazing. You saw it. I'm pretty sure the second one is going to be amazing. I need to bet that.
I'll see it eventually.
Okay, Jeremiah. Oh boy. Prepare ourselves. I'm pretty sure you're through the moon with the Cyberpunk DLC.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm ecstatic. Did you see that? Like,
I watched it.
I'm so disappointed that they weren't allowed the extra year to really polish that game and put it out the right way. That game would have been like The Witcher. It is like The Witcher, but like for the acclaim and have the bad press at the beginning because they were greedy to have to put the game out instead of just waiting 1 year. They could have perfected that, put it out. It was so glorious. They cut some content from the game, which I didn't like, and I'm like, it's just like it's such a disappointment. But I love the game. I got 100% like day one. I beat that game like so fast. But like, I just feel like the reception for it could have been a lot better, and it would have been a lot more talked about in Acclaim if they just would have waited. Then you had Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Like, Cyberpunk is just in its renaissance right now.
I am so glad Innate is not here right now. I don't think I would be able to handle both you and Innate gushing about this game. I'm joking, by the way, but real talk, part of me is frustrated that they got away with what they did.
Because the game is so good.
I know that. I know the game is so good. Trust me, I know how I know, because I was gonna play it with the next gen version. That's how I know the game is so good. Because I boycotted that game because of the lies and all that jazz. Because I am all about honesty. If you can do something, let me know. If you need time, let us know. But to do what they did, I found it so disrespectful. But yeah, I'm curious. I believe this one is gonna hit. Also, what's your thought on the whole Chuck Norris and the other game? Almost like Cyberpunk, but it's not Cyberpunk.
What was it called? Crime Boss or something like
I
that?
forgot what it's called,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
yeah, something of such
Crime
ilk.
Boss.
Why do you call that cyberpunk?
I said it looks like Cyberpunk, but it's not Cyberpunk.
You mean because it's a first-person shooter?
Yeah,
It reminds
something.
me of like a gritty '80s retro type of movie, like a throwback movie from the '90s or something like that.
They have shit ton of good actors in it. Oh, sorry, Viper, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say more like Mafia.
Mm,
Yeah,
I never seen Mafia, so I can't comment on that.
the game.
Okay. So what's your thought, Jemaya?
Like I said, it looked interesting. I'm definitely gonna check it out when it gets closer. See, how it plays out. It doesn't look like I would say AAA status, but I'm definitely gonna check it out though. I think I like the actors in it. And I like the old school retro throwback type of thing, and of course, I like FPSs. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Who is here the fan?
Hiring those actors probably costs more than making the game.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You wanted to say something, Viper? No.
I'm surprised I'm surprised they actually got all these actors in the movie. Like, how much did they actually pay them? Yeah, like, how much did they pay them?
Money talk, eh? Money talk. Hades 2. Who is excited?
Not me.
I am excited. I have yet to play, or rather beat Hades 1. I played it. I like what I saw. I love the concept. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
No, I definitely think it looks good, but I'm not like really like a Hades roguelike type of player.
I love roguelike in general, that's why. So Jemaya, congratulations, you're getting Returnal on PC.
Finally, I can actually play the game to my best abilities. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, I just can't play. The analog sticks are so hard to aim. I don't know because I've been playing keyboard for so long, but I just hate playing shooting games on the freaking on the controller. It annoys the hell out of me.
You're an interesting experiment. What I mean by that is, you have always been on it. You call it how it is. You don't watch it. You show appreciation to games that do. You have always talked, gushed about PlayStation games, and with this one you couldn't get into because of the controllers.
No, I like Returnal. I have Returnal. I got to like the third stage.
Oh, sad biome.
I just couldn't. I just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I need to get good, but I just can't use analogs like that. Like I'm not really that good with the analog sticks anymore. Back when I was a kid, maybe. But I bought Back for Blood on PS5, and I had the analogs. I ended up buying on PC. I turned it into Deadshot. You know what I mean? Like I was just like headshot. Like I just can't play with a controller when it comes to FPSs.
So basically, you need your cheat code mode in.
What do you mean? A cheat code? A keyboard and mouse is just a superior input form. I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm joking, by the way, but now real talk. I think what happened is they flanked you a lot. The robot, the mini robot, they are bitch. And Biome 3 is the biome where a lot of people had issue with.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
No, wait.
To PC, so I'll just wait it.
Correction. First of all, shout out to Vile Blood. 1 second. Vile Blood, yeah. He said, it's a shame you won't feel the DualSense future mouse and keyboard.
No, that's interesting because it's an alt-fire connected to the DualSense, so how are they going to do that with mouse and keyboard?
I don't think you're going to have it. He said it. It's gonna be a different button you need to press.
Maybe right click, left click.
Yeah, unless if you have a special keyboard, I think a special mouse that have multiple buttons. You know what I'm talking about, right? Uh, a large, not a large, a gaming mouse have multiple buttons.
Oh, I have one of those
Yeah,
corsair mouses. I have a
maybe
bunch of buttons
something
and
like
shit.
this. You can implement the outlier mode, but it is a shame when it comes to the DualSense, because the DualSense is the best when it comes to Returnal.
You don't think that the DualSense analogs are too loose?
What do you mean by that?
I just think they're when you're trying to like do precision rotating and stuff. I think they're just too loose, and they're too loose, and they like retract back to the middle too easily. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird for me.
Gotcha.
It's not smooth enough. So I'm definitely looking forward to that DualSense Edge to see if like I'll probably get it eventually to see if like you can tweak the tension in the analogs. That'd be nice.
Gotcha. Rek, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, go ahead, do your outro.
This is the y'all. The wreckage 89 on Twitter. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed. I'm about to roll up out of here. Y'all
Thank you for coming through. Good night.
Good night.
He had to leave. And with that being said, what was... Oh, no. Viper. What's your thoughts on, whatchamacallit? The award?
Oh, the awards. Considering the last 3 or 4 that I saw, that was probably one of the best ones. Strictly based on the new games that were being shown. Obviously, that's what we all watch it for. We don't watch it for those fuck ass awards.
Yeah, we won a game, right?
Right. But yeah, I'm really hyped for 2 in particular, Armored Core and Death Stranding 2. Because I've finished Death Stranding 1, I platinumed it. I'm just waiting to see where the story's gonna go next.
I have a question for you. Do you know who the woman is in the trailer?
Yeah, Fragile.
Did you recognize her? Because I didn't.
Not at first, but after about a good 20 seconds, I was like, oh yeah, I know who that is.
I thought maybe that Sam Potter's daughter, grown up.
Yo, you didn't see? You guys are funny. Like,
I mean,
like
to be fair though, he had such a big gray hair.
Well, that's the thing, Jemiah. When it first came on, your brain scrambled. You're like, okay, that kind of looks like her. That might be her, but I'm not sure. Let's see where this goes. And as it kept going, I was like, yeah, I believe that's Fragile.
Okay. I have a question to...
everybody's like, who is that? I'm like, it's Fragile.
Yeah. I have a question to both of you then. Do you guys think they showcased any gameplay in the trailer?
No, I don't think so. But considering that I've played the previous one, I kind of know what to expect, hopefully.
Yeah.
Unless they do a complete 180. And that's the reason why I hype for it, because, like I said, I have a history with it.
I have the feeling he's not gonna do a second one. I think he's gonna, make it a 180.
Well, see, it's different. Like, for example, when they showed off what was that one in the sand dunes? They don't give you any gameplay for that, and I don't have a history with it. So, I got my eyes looking sideways, like I have to keep my eye on it. But
which game?
Dunes, or whatever the hell it's called.
Dune. It's also an MMO, so it's gonna be like.
Oh, Dune. Oh yeah, Dune. I never. Yeah, that's a movie. Also, you need to watch. So.
Yeah, you gotta watch Frank Herbert's Dune, not that new one. The new one's good, but the Frank Herbert's Dune is that.
Yeah, I heard the old one's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's the real one.
But yeah, those are 2 games that stood out the most for me. I am a Final Fantasy fan. I'm not a fan of the combat, but I'm picking it up anyway. And just like
we're gonna see. Me and you, we're gonna see. I'm gonna talk about that game.
Those are the 3 games that really stood out when they came on. I shut up.
What about the Star Wars game? Because I know you have one.
I am not a Star Wars guy. I am not a Star Wars fan. I'm anything with a star in it. Star Trek, Star Wars. No, that's not me. But
Interesting, but you do have the game.
yes, because I got it for $15.99. That's why.
Okay.
I didn't have the game until like 2 months ago.
So this game is not gonna be the one for you. It's
No,
a live sale.
but from what I understand, this new one looks pretty solid. And like I said, with Callisto Protocol, it's not my kind of game to play, but I'm gonna buy it because it looks like a Marvel and it looks like it might be something. If I want to jump into it, that might be where I want to start.
Gotcha. What about that indie game where you go between almost like pictures?
Oh, you're talking about Viewfinder. That's a, and I like those kind of games. Like I got the Green Garden and all that other stuff. Yeah, so normally they're reasonably priced. They're like between $10 and $20.
That was smooth, eh?
Say again.
It was very smooth the way.
Yeah.
You go in. You look at it. You go in it.
Yep. Oh, so you said you did demo Tandem, right?
Sorry, repeat.
You said you demoed Tandem, the one with the shadows. Tandem, the game with the shadows, where you line the shadows up in the light and the dark.
Oh, yeah. I played the demo. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love games like that. So most will be picking that one up.
I didn't know the name of it. And this talk, I was also lost when it comes to the story, but I'm like, the gameplay is so fun that I don't care about the story right now. Yeah. When I download the game, I'm gonna completely be invested because it's very interesting.
I don't remember what the story is about either. I just like to play the gameplay for Tandem.
For you, I would say a game that you might enjoy would be. Give me a second. Oh yeah. So there are. I know your kryptonite is FPS.
Oh God.
I know that, but you cannot tell me Judas was not interesting for you.
Once again, just like with Callisto Protocol and Hard Game, it looks the part that maybe I want to pick it up and see what it's about.
Okay.
So we'll see when I see more of it.
I do recommend you to play BioShock.
Yes, actually, I am going to be looking that up to grab because I played Mass Effect and I love all of them. I'm looking when y'all mentioned BioShock. No, not y'all. When Persona and I mentioned BioShock on WUPS, I was like, shit, I need to go look that up, see if I can grab those.
So there is that. I haven't played BioShock either. I played the demo. But I know
Omar plays a lot of demos, bro.
You're recommending it, right?
Yeah, okay. So the thing about me, Jeremiah, I'm a gamer. I love gaming, but I don't have the money. And demos let me enjoy a game without, buying it. I put it on deep sale then. But
I just find it funny that
I know
I played the demo, buy it. You're like, what?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, I used to avoid FPS like the plague. Bro, that's the thing.
I used to go to this grocery store and still those PS magazine demo discs.
One person at a time, please. Jeremiah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I used to go to the store and sometimes steal those PS Plus or those PS magazine demo discs. I'd be playing demos for hours, bro.
Oh yeah, Legend of Dragoon. Whatchamacallit? There is that Pokemon-like game where you capture monster with your music. It's an RPG. It was as a disc with Legend of Dragoon. I don't know if you ever played it. There is that. I played demos for days, so I know what you're talking about. But no, with this one, for example, I literally downloaded almost every single demo out there. Because of the demo, I put Destroy All Human 2. I put that as something I wanna go buy when it's on sale. So I I try to buy as many games as possible, but I also prioritize the big blockbuster that I know are gonna hit well. Like for example, if I played the demo for that bear game, I wouldn't pick it up day one because it's something I can wait on. But like for example, Final Fantasy 16, we're gonna talk about that because I turned 180. Not per se 180, but I will explain it. So yeah, I do recommend you Bioshock Viper because it's from the same developer.
No, it's not from the same developer. It's from the same guy.
Okay, the same guy. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, because he left the studio he was working
I don't
on.
think it was one person though.
Yeah, but Ken Levine is the guy. It's the creative director.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's his baby, and he left and he found his own studio. So this is not Bioshock, but this is sort of spiritual successor in a way.
Okay, there is 3 games for Bioshock. There's Bioshock 1, 2, and there's Bioshock Infinite, or I forgot. I think you should have Bioshock Infinite via PlayStation Plus. That's a PlayStation Plus game. I remember that.
I think the entire collection was at some point PlayStation Plus. So you should have it too.
The entire collection is there right now, ready to go.
I will look it up then if I have it. I don't remember. Do you need to have collected? Because I don't recall collecting Bioshock.
No, I didn't claim any of them. Like I said, I just realized today that that's something I might be interested in.
No, not you. I'm asking because Viper, because we've said the entire collection is on PlayStation Plus. Oh, the PlayStation Premium. Gotcha.
Yeah, I
saw
the Plus do it earlier. So.
Yeah, no, this one.
It was also one of the monthly games, I think.
Okay, I do remember Bioshock Infinite was a monthly game. A monthly game. I do remember that because I claimed that. But that's about it. When it comes to Bioshock, to make it very explainable, I watch people play it. I enjoy them playing it because I couldn't. I was not as good with FPS and stuff like that. I hated FPS.
So you're a YouTube gamer?
I used to, yeah. I am not ashamed to admit it, but I do play on games. It's just when it comes to games that I can't play, like for example, Skyrim, I would watch others play it and enjoy it because they make it fun. But me playing Skyrim, I would be zoned out. I would be literally asleep. Because I tried Skyrim and got bored.
Skyrim was, it was pretty, I mean, it's not Morrowind,
but
it's still good.
It's not about Morrowind or not. It's just I got bored with it. I love the music. The music is legendary, but that's about it for me. The story is almost non-existent. But
I put so many hours into Skyrim. It's
ridiculous. That's a different conversation. What was else in the award? Oh yeah, we can absolutely not forget Burning Shores. Furthermore, PlayStation 5 only. What I'm talking about is Horizon Forbidden West DLC. And it's confirmed it's gonna be PlayStation 5 only. I have the feeling this is going to be a $30 game. Or 25.
What was the Frozen Wilds price when it came out?
I think 15, 20 maximum.
Was it 20?
I think it was 20 or 15. I forgot. Wait, do you know?
Something along that. I don't remember.
I think it was $19.99.
Yeah. I don't remember it being 10.
No,
I
it wasn't
don't
10.
remember it being 10.
It was like 1999, I think.
Oh, and C-Flash, I have no issue exposing myself. Like, I watch so many Mario Maker, I am addicted to it. I watch so many Pokemon, I'm addicted to it. I love this stuff. But if other stuff that I don't like, I'm gonna watch it, cause again, watch someone that does almost like Nuzlocke or a speed run or no hate run in game. It's entertaining, at least for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. If I know I'm not gonna play the game at all, I don't mind watching like somebody do a playthrough.
You're not gonna find me in a group with people that played the game and talk about it as if I played it. That's not me. I don't do that yet. Other than that, yeah, Forbidden West being a next-gen only DLC, it solidified to me that PlayStation is moving from old gen.
I hope so.
And also solidified to me that this DLC is going to be massive. It's going to be meaty. We're gonna have new enemies, hopefully new skills, otherwise I'm gonna riot. And then, the man of the hour, and correct me if I'm wrong, I agreed with Persona Embody with this one, and I think the rest of the people on Persona space, Embody space, I am on the belief that Death Stranding. Oh yeah, before we talk about that, there is that game that's being worked on by Bandai Namco and I think funded via Amazon. It's an anime style game and
oh yeah.
a blue something.
Blue Protocol?
Yeah, that shit. I don't play online that much. I'm day one on that game. That game looks great.
It looks like Tales of Arise. That's what I thought it was at first, like
Yeah.
Tales of Arise.
Viper, what's your thought? Are you picking that one up?
Sorry?
Cause I know you hate online games.
Who, me?
No, Viper Reeve.
Oh.
But what about you, Jumaya? Cause it clearly is busy.
I used to I used to see my problem with MMOs is I played WoW for 5 years like a job, and like it kind of ruined me from MMOs. But I was saying to myself, like,
which game?
I might have to get that World of Warcraft.
Oh, you're a WoW addict.
Like,
I got you.
If you ever played WoW, that had to be like your second job. Like that shit was a part-time job. You had to live that game. And after 5 years of that, it ruined me. I mean, I used to play Guild Wars, City of Villains, City of Heroes, New World. So like, I love MMOs, but I kind of got burnt out in like the early 2000s.
I feel you. Correction, that's your main job.
That is true.
Let's be real, cause that shit eat your life away.
Yeah, WoW was like,
yeah.
WoW was so fucking invested in that. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you did it with WoW, I did it with the first Destiny. That was my first real MMO that I was invested in. And it ate my life to the point where I missed out on so many great games because I'm playing just this one game. So it's difficult. I need to find a way to balance it. I found a way. I got, like, for example, I was playing Legend, or Ghost of Tsushima Legend. I at some point found a way to get out of it and move on to something else. MMOs are iffy. What I mean by that is they can literally eat your life up, and with the amount of games that are coming next year, I don't think there is time for MMO, dude. But Blue Protocol looks so interesting that I want to give it a go. And then there is also that mecha game that was online that was revealed at PlayStation Showcase. You saw it's an anime manga game. You remember it, Jemaya?
No, you guys know he's talking about. Is Kay still here?
Okay,
I'm
you
here.
here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you remember that mecha game that was revealed at the PlayStation event? Anime style game online? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't
so.
either. I don't know what.
Weeb, do you remember it?
Parasite Eve, but that's not really. I don't
No.
know.
I
Weeb.
remember. Was it at the Game Awards too?
No, it was at a PlayStation Showcase when they
That-
showed us whatchamacallit.
Yeah. I remember the game, but
You don't remember the name, I feel
why
you.
are you asking about it?
Yeah. So that's another MMO, that's why.
Oh.
But so it's gonna be easy to balance both games. What else?
You gotta have like one MMO.
Yeah.
Like cool. You
Yeah.
can't have 3 MMOs. That's crazy.
Hey, he named it. Thank you, Stardust. Sin Duality. Let me look it up. If that's it.
Okay.
Did he cut out?
No, I'm looking it up on my phone. Cause my laptop is too much of a potato to be able to do it. And yes, this is the game that this is the game. This is the game that I'm talking about. Shout out to you, Stardust. So that's another game I'm very interested in to see how it's going to be. So okay, now that we're done with the official game, if you remember any game you want to talk about, remind me, cause I think I covered most of the important games. Oh yeah, there is the collaboration between Dead Cell and Castlevania to make a game out of it. And there is also the fucking disappointment of a game called Crash Rumble or something like that, which I'm so livid about that, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna be real. With Final Fantasy 16 being a game that's not new, what I mean by that is we already seen so many trailers for it. I would have revealed Death Stranding at the end, and either started with Final Fantasy 16 or the middle Final Fantasy 16, or even before the Game of the Year award, before the Game of the Year moment, show you Final Fantasy 16, and then I would end with the Game of the Year award. And then no. After the Game of the Year award is decided, I would then end with Death Stranding and have Kojima come to the stage. That's how I would have done it. It felt to me like a game such as Death Stranding, it shouldn't be in the middle of a game. It's something you open up with or you close with. Cause it didn't get leaked. We knew that it's coming, but I had no idea. I'm not expecting a trailer so soon.
Well, Omar, here's what you gotta realize. Death Stranding wasn't openly accepted by everybody, not like Final Fantasy 16 will be.
But, okay. Fine. Let me then go to you guys. Jemaya, where you would have you put Death Stranding reveal?
I mean, in this type of award show, I don't think it really matters. I think it was fine where it was. I mean, you know, like having it at the beginning or end. I think the game of the year has to be like the final, like, you know, huzzah. So I don't know. I think it was fine where it was. I mean,
Okay.
I don't have any problems.
Gotcha. Okay.
I agree with Jemiah. I think it's fine
Okay.
where it was.
I
The
think
only
it's
thing
gonna be a me issue then.
The only thing I would have changed was at the beginning I would have had a Game Pass ad, and then at the very end a Game Pass ad.
Okay. I'm so close to muting you, unblocking you, and removing you from all social media. Please.
Enough Game Pass ads, but that's just me.
Okay, that's just you. Okay, gotcha. Weeb?
Yeah, I agree with Kay. Okay,
Yeah, and Viper. Viper agree. I think agree as well. So it's
I
just
think we needed more. We needed more Game Pass ads.
Grubhub.
It was at the Microsoft Center. I think he deserved that much.
Okay, fine. Next week's show, I'm gonna title it the Game Pass Show. Okay? We good?
No.
Even you have a limit? I would have absolutely done it, just for the shit and giggles. But apparently Viper Pride doesn't allow it. Yo, that's legendary. Oh my god. I'm absolutely gonna try and tease Morgan with it, see how her reaction would be. Oh man. Okay, so we go to the end of the show. I mean, not end, to the final moment, which would be Final Fantasy 16. And for the people that know me, that have listened to me on my show, know my stance on the game. I am not a fan of their going actioning. I have made it more than clear. However, if you know me, if you have listened to me on here on Vitamin G Podcast, I have always hated Final Fantasy 15. Why? Because the main characters were a bunch of boy band. They had zero personality. They had zero charisma characters. And then we got 16 and we finally got an official reveal for our team party members. And we have a maid. I think I'm the maid. But what I do know is we have a dog that's gonna be fighting with you. We have a woman that's gonna fight with you, and we have a guy that's gonna fight with you. So clearly, and we have old dude, a new dude, all that. So clearly, you're gonna have a diverse party members. That's something I have always said. JRPG need to have a diverse members. I need to have that wow moment when an old dude comes to the screen and just fuck shit up.
You do know, Omar, that the party members, you can't control them, right? They're just like Final Fantasy 15.
I was gonna go there. That's one of my main gripes with it. And hopefully PlayStation, Square Enix fix that. Because remember, in the first game you couldn't control your party members, you could only control Noctis. And they later adjust where you can't control everybody. So I truly hope they're gonna fix that. Cause again, the fun out of JRPGs is to control different characters, different personalities, different moves, and all that jazz. I'm looking forward to this one. Like, I was on the fence, but they sold me on it with the character, with the cast. Like, I am going to this story blind. I'm super excited for it though. They finally got me. I've been on the fence for so long with this game, but they have absolutely finally got me.
bad. Every mechanic you hate in the game.
Sorry?
I said, too bad that they're gonna put every mechanic that you hate in the game.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go in knowing that. And if it is something that, you know...
And you're still gonna complain, right?
Sorry?
And you're still gonna complain about it.
If... I will see. I will see. This is... Boy oh boy. I bought Final Fantasy 15 day one. And I've yet to finish that game.
Me either. One thing I hate about 15 was the camping too. The camping mechanic. That shit is annoying. Like, like, bro, come on.
My issue was the characters had zero personality. They were not interesting. I enjoyed the anime more than the one I played. Viper, what's your thought? Cause you're with me on this one.
Yeah, I don't like. Well, like I said, I'm buying it because it's a visual marvel. Just like Callisto Protocol, just like all the other stuff. I grew tired of Final Fantasy 15 because it's an action and not turn-based. And this is the. It used to be automatic buy for me. Now, moving forward, it's not going to be automatic buy until I see gameplay. So, it's just a preference. I know, Persona and Mario, they get bent out of shape when people when you try to say. I'm not saying turn-based is better, but it's what I prefer. I don't like this action shit. I'm not Chuck Norris. I can't move my thumbs that fast. So,
Nah, I would say turn-based is better. I would absolutely say that with an open chest.
Omar, you know as well as I do, there are others that will die by the sword on action when it comes to JRPGs.
Let them.
I think Final Fantasy VII Remake has the best middle ground.
Yeah, but this. Go ahead.
No, so that's in my opinion. I think Final Fantasy VII has the best middle ground, like remake, like that, like how you can like stop time, kind of slow it down, and like choose your stuff, and switch between. I think that's the best middle ground for people to go to between turn-based and live action.
But this one, it doesn't seem to be the case. This one seems to be full actiony.
Well, I saw that he was teleporting with the sword, much like they did in Final Fantasy 15. So it's definitely like Final Fantasy 15 battling system.
I missed out on that. I need to look it up. Sorry. When are they going to do a breakdown?
You're asking me? I work on the team?
Of the gameplay. What? Is it crazy that a gamer wants to see a gameplay breakdown?
They're gonna make you hope. They're gonna make you hope it has turn-based, and then you're gonna play it, and you're gonna find out that it's not.
It's frustrating to no end. Because I wanna see what I'm getting. Or even better, give me a demo. So I see what I'm getting. Sorry?
You're so entitled.
Why
Thank you.
Watch someone play it on YouTube when it comes out. There you go.
Okay. Okay, is that something you're gonna pick up?
No.
Okay. Jemaya?
I'm gonna wait and see because I did not like 15. I don't like. I'm a turn-based dude. I'm a Final Fantasy 8, 7 tactics dude. I'm not really into that.
If you are a turn-based dude, make sure to pick up a game called Chained Echo. It just came out, and it pay homage to old school. I'm pretty sure Persona Body have been gushing about it. Another.
Chained Echoes, yes.
Okay,
I'll check it out.
Weeb, look up Chained Echo. That's so up your alley.
Me?
Huh?
This is very, very old school.
It is old school, yeah.
Like
But
16-bit.
it is crowdfunded, if I believe so.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people are vibing with the graphics. Those kind of graphics I don't mind. But
Yeah,
a lot of people are looking at it and like, oh, that's like, no, that's not going to look good on my TV.
I don't real talk. I don't care because turn based.
You know what's weird though? I love Tales of Arise. Like I love that game. Like I thought that game should have won Game of the Year when it came out. Like that was a fucking slight.
I have yet to play Tales of Arise. Real talk.
What?
Yeah. Again, I prioritize games over games when they come out. I forgot what came out with next close to Tales of Arise, but there was a game I was playing. I played instead of Tales of Arise. I played Scarlet Nexus, and I have fun. And I had fun with that one, but I still need to beat it to finish it.
You were busy watching Mario Maker, weren't you? That's what it was.
Today is Saturday. Tomorrow I'm gonna watch Mario Maker. Sunday. Real talk though. Weeb, are you getting 16?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you saw.
Oh yeah, and Ramaya, PlayStation or PC?
I mean, I'll probably get it on PC because I'm getting ready to buy me a 4090, so I'm gonna have to utilize that.
Oh, doing an upgrade, I see.
Yeah. It's time for me to
Gotcha.
move on to next gen.
Keep that fire extinguisher ready, right?
That's the thing is, I don't know how NVIDIA themselves put out a freaking a messed up connector. That's crazy to me. But I usually buy cable mods though. I go with the cable mods and get the colored one. So I'm not even gonna use their connector.
Weeb, you really had to ask him a PC question, didn't you? I need to put it in chat. New rule, no PC talk. Real talk, I am not joking, not bullshitting any of you. When PC talk starts, I zone out. I automatically zone out. It's almost like my brain can't comprehend PC talk. I zone the fuck out. But yeah, when it comes to Shane's Echo, its target audience is gonna love it. Because it's doing everything you want from a game. It's different. It got skills. It got mecha. Oh, you might as well do your outro, Viper. Then I think we're ending it, unless someone have to say anything. Oh no! There is one more topic I wanted to talk about. This is why I specifically asked for Jemai to come in. So, Jemaya. Oh yeah, Game of the Year award. Anyone have anything else to say about that? Going one, going twice, going twice.
I'll say. Can you hear me? Yo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Like usually? Okay.
No, I said you said no. That's why I continued. But go ahead.
Only one comment that I probably want to make is that I think it's kind of sad that Forbidden West didn't win a single award.
We're gonna cover that. We're gonna talk about that's the next topic. That's literally the next topic.
Okay.
Anything else you want to comment about before we go to this topic?
Oh, that was crazy at the very end about that kid that like snuck on stage with the Elden Ring team, and he made that joke about Bill Clinton. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
I didn't hear it, but I know about it, and I'm like, apparently he got arrested. Not only he got arrested, but Jason Schreier did an interview with him.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe look it up, unless you're blocked. Yeah, it's cloud. Yeah.
I mean that was totally Joseph Farrell's kid, right?
At least it was a good ending, and it's not like he had weapons and started, It could
Yeah.
easily have gone the wrong way.
Definitely.
So, with that being said, Forbidden West and even A Plague Tale, none of them won a single award. Okay, so for me it feels like Forbidden. Okay, I'm gonna say it flat out serious. Also, Viper, you don't count. You only played God of War. Forbidden West is better than God of War.
No.
The only
so.
thing that for the God of War does better is bosses. That's it.
No.
Everything else Forbidden West does better. Story. Forbidden West have a better story.
No, God of War is the story.
It doesn't, because God of... Okay, just your opinion. My opinion would be God of War story is literally a rehash story from 2018.
No, it isn't.
It's
Hey,
semi...
I'm still playing the game, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, if they're playing it, I forgot.
Whoa,
You
whoa.
no, I forgot. But technically, visually, they are better. 2000 Forbidden West is a better game.
No.
No, we have a Forbidden West hater here.
I would say
joking.
so far, I think Forbidden West
I'm
is better in
one
every
second,
category.
Jamaya. 1 second, Jamaya.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, wait, I'm joking. Jamaya, go ahead.
No, I was
Are you
gonna
though?
say, I think that for Horizon beats God of War in every category except for the story. Because like, as far as what I know from the story so far, I think it just has a better narrative. To be honest, let's be honest. Like, it's more concise. The open world breaks it up too much for people to get a like real concise story of what's going on, depending on what you do. You know where you go. If you just go straight to the main line, if you go side
With
quests.
Forbidden West,
So yeah,
But-
the story's not really told concise in some ways if you go around and do too many side quests and stuff like that. But I do agree that as far as like visuals and everything else for an open world game, Horizon is hands down the most gorgeous game that came out this generation. Period.
technical. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I said I agree.
Weeb, you disagree, right?
I'm willing to concede that Forbidden West has better graphics.
You don't need to. Uh, Keep it at your
not a better
own
game, sorry.
opinion. You don't need to follow our opinion.
No, it's just facts, dude.
Oh, okay. So you do agree. Okay, gotcha. But like for example, Forbidden West boss fight were lackluster, I would say, to say the least, and I'm being modest about it.
Do you think so? When you fought that that Lapras and the freaking under Vegas?
Yeah,
that was
I need
crazy.
to explain something. That's a moment. But that's a moment you can get every single time. You can go back and fight it over and over and over again. There is
But
so
it's
there
presented
are
as a boss
what I
fight,
mean by that there are no real boss fight. Like for example, I count 2 or maybe 3 boss fights where you have actual boss fight in Forbidden West. The rest is encounters that you find anywhere in the map that you can encounter them, or specific part of the map. They are not
but-
unique. Like for example,
Hold
yeah,
on,
go ahead.
But those machines are introduced though as like boss machines. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like when you first meet those machines, you don't meet them at all until you first have that initial boss fight per se, and then they're scattered around the map like the slaughter. What's this? The slaughter? What's that shit
Are you
called?
talking about
Yeah, the
the
slaughter
snake?
spine. The slaughter spine. When you first meet it, you only meet it like when you get to the end of the game, basically. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not like those boss robots are all over the map. You have to go to certain places, and usually
Yeah.
it starts off with a some kind of narrative to bring you into the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did find one before I fought it as a boss, so that's
I mean, yeah,
I-
you can, because you can go pretty much anywhere you want. That's probably the downfall of Horizon. It's not linear like a God of War is.
Like for me, this is not spoil it. I'm not gonna say anything. Hands down, the final boss fights in God of War, some of the best shit I've ever experienced. It's that good for me. I'm talking about me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's what put it over Forbidden West when it comes to boss fights. I would absolutely say so. This is what I wanted. I wanted something like a what you call it? A secret boss fight in God of War that are in God of War to be in Forbidden West. What I mean by that, boss fight that you fight one time and give you something epic at the end.
You
And
didn't
you
like
can-
the end boss?
Hmm?
You didn't like fighting the end boss?
Yeah, something like an end boss.
No,
but
at the end of Horizon, you fight. You fight Tilda.
yeah. I know.
yeah.
That was a good first fight, but that doesn't come close to that shit in God of War.
I'm not there yet, but I'm pretty sure God of War has always been over the top.
Like for example, the moment the what the fuck moment for me was that
Don't spoil it for Maya.
sorry.
Don't spoil anything.
Yeah, the spoiler cast, bro.
No. I'm talking about Forbidden West, not God of War.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. What you call it? That final few robots in Forbidden West are amazing. That you fight them. I'm like, that gave me a what the fuck moment. However, and I had that exact same issue with Horizon Zero Dawn, which it's an old game, so I'm gonna specifically talk about it. Horizon Zero Dawn had zero boss fights that were interesting. They had that dead, I forgot what's called. They were, yeah, that thing, and then they constantly came out. Yeah, cauldrons are some of the best thing I have ever experienced in video game, period. White blood. Not sea fresh. Trust me, nobody have gushed about cauldron more than me. I agree. Cauldron can consider it a boss fight. I didn't think about that. I genuinely didn't, so I give it you that. However, God of War had so many hidden boss fights that you can do. That was straight up fire, dude. Yeah, I complained about them, but I had a blast with them. I really wish Forbidden West had that.
Well, they do. They saw your complaint, Omar, and they made that horse come alive. They're like, okay, you want a boss fight? We got you a boss fight, bro.
But
when you fight that horse, you'll see how hard it is.
I
You'll
think
see how over the top it is in Burden Shores.
I think in God of War, not God of War, in Zero Dawn, I wanted a unique boss fight. I wanted to fight a mechanic that I never fought before one time and called it a day. I remember when I was doing that side quest for whatchamacallit. What's the very first enemy that they revealed? Thunderjaw. It was a corrupted Thunderjaw. And they made it out to be that legendary enemy that you're gonna fight, only for it to be a corrupted Thunderjaw. I'm like, you could have made it more epic.
But kind of to Weeb's point though is every machine has a purpose in the world. You can't. It would be kind of weird that this one machine is just there just to kill you. Like, you know what I mean? Like every machine that Hespesis built was to fucking do something to the world, like for the biosphere and stuff like that. So having a random machine, some random giant Godzilla machine killing people will be out of the game's character, you know?
Interesting. It is difficult to compare them between the two. I understand. Because, again, God of War, Forbidden West have amazing side quests. Some of the best side quests I've ever experienced in the game.
I enjoy Forbidden West's side quests ultimately more than God of War's.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't have like any great side quests because there was definitely some that I liked, but I felt like Forbidden West had more that I enjoyed more.
I think
But personal.
By the way, both Forbidden West and God of War side quests are literally top notch. Yamaya, did you do Mimir quest
No.
or side quest?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it even came up. I don't think I even have an option to do it because I pretty much did all the favors.
I
Favors
forgot.
or what are they? Favors or labors? I don't know. I think I did all the favors. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I got the his yet.
No, this one is the key you need to find, and I forgot where it is.
Okay, I haven't got. Yeah, I got like half a key or something or one key, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't have the other key.
so you need the other key. Yeah, and this is such an amazing side quest. I'm like, damn, that was amazing. I had a blast with it, and there are multiple ones with God of War. I don't think you. I'm not gonna say anything. So God of War have some amazing side quests. So for you to say, okay, that you find Forbidden West side quest better, that's very difficult for me to say. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm genuinely can't agree or disagree with you. That's how good both are. Viper. Oh no, Viper. You don't count. You don't count. Why do I keep going to you? Real talk though, Viper. Did you enjoy the God of War side quest?
What? Say again.
Did you enjoy the God of War side quest?
Yeah. Some of the side quests had a forbearing on the main story, and I like games to do it.
I do that as well. I got you. Weeb. Did you enjoy them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. With that being said, it agree to disagree when it comes to Game of the Year. For me, okay. Jemaya, what was your Game of the Year this year so far?
My game of the year was Horizon Forbidden West, hands down.
Me too. Kay.
My game of the year was Forbidden West.
Viper, again, you don't count. I think you was God of War. So we have 3 God of War and 2 Forbidden West. Because I know we Forbidden West. Sorry, 1 second. 3 Forbidden West and 2 God of War. Because I know Weeb and Viper are God of War. We have Morgan. She is God of War. I forgot where Innate is.
Innate is Forbidden West.
Okay, Forbidden West. And then we have the Wreck, God of War. So yeah, I think because of you, Jemaya, we're able to counter what's his name?
Brickley?
No, Viper, because here's the thing,
okay.
You're the opposite of Viper. Viper have yet to play Forbidden West, but he got the Platinum God of War. And you have yet to play you have yet to finish God of War, but you have played Forbidden West. So that's why. See Fresh, I agree with you. Forbidden West should have won Best Art Direction. It should have won a lot of things. So, take me to my point. At what point do you think developers are gonna flat out leave the studio out of frustration?
No,
Cause
judging by the semi-interview we had today, not going to happen because they know that website is shit, or the journalists are shit. Period.
Yeah,
so
the Metacritic awards. Yeah.
it's not impact. I'm genuinely glad because that have always been my fear. Because when I see a studio like what's his name, a woman, the person that worked that wrote the Ghost of Tsushima story, leaving and joining the studio that's working on the next Bioshock, I'm like, how can you lose someone that like that?
Well, I
Uh,
don't. There doesn't have to be a particular motivation behind it. Maybe it's for personal gain. I mean,
mhm,
I don't think it's all gaming related to them that they're leaving. They have other
Yeah.
yeah.
leave.
Um. Uh,
But also,
yeah.
Omar, you don't think that like I think the BAFTAs and the Dice Awards have more weight to these developers than the VGA commercial awards? You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like I don't like you know what I mean? The Game Pass awards. Like I don't
yeah,
think
but
that these devs are
keyword,
really. But my
keyword.
what I said on Twitter was I don't want this to become the de facto game of the year just because it's like it's on YouTube or you know what I'm saying. So it's the biggest
It,
award show because it's presented as such, and I
it.
don't want that to become the de facto game of the year, and then
I,
people base everything off of this award show.
I feel you, but here is the thing, though. Death Stranding wasn't revealed at a BAFTA award. Forbidden West DLC doesn't reveal at a BAFTA award. Even uh, Series X wasn't revealed at the BAFTA award. That's the issue, though.
But Omar, you have to know your audience when you're doing these types of things. The devs know that the BAFTA is more their audience and not the VGAs. The VGAs are for gamers looking for new games. They don't. They know most of us don't really care about the awards.
They had Sifu as a fighting game. I mean, come on, like it's ridiculous. Like
So
Um,
yeah, the VGA is for a different audience than the BAFTA. So like I said, the developers when the BAFTAs start their awards, that's when the developers' ears poke up and say, "Ooh, did we win? Did we win?" But they don't
how
really care about VGA stuff.
Yeah, I was confused that Forbidden West wasn't even nominated for Music of the Year. I'm
yeah,
like,
best audio. Like that's
yeah,
Forbidden West is amazing, bro. Like the 3D audio in that game is ridiculous.
I can't listen to that because of my bad hearing, but I trust you. Um,
They created new instruments to for the soundtrack.
I do love Forbidden West music soundtrack. I hum it all the time. It's amazing. It's just okay. So at some point, do you think? So we genuinely need to have a sit down with the person that you did with, because I want a genuine conversation. How they? Because to me and Jemaya, we know that Metacritic
You're
literally.
breaking up
Hmm?
terribly.
Oh, am I butting?
Yeah, you're like you're not even body. You're just like my
Oh, my mic is stuck. I know, I know.
like I don't know if you're stopping or what. I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
what's
No,
cutting
going on.
out.
no, no.
Yeah,
I haven't. For some reason, I have an issue. My mic become robotic, right?
Oh, it's not robotic. You're
it's
breaking.
cutting out. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Is it? Are we good now?
yeah, you're good.
Okay. Hey, Gaming Despair. How are you, man? So we know, both me, Jemaya, and I think everyone here agree and knows PlayStation ties bonuses to Metacritic score.
No, I believe that was in the past.
Yeah,
I don't think they do that now. But yeah,
Oh,
I believe years ago they might have, but I don't think they're doing that now, considering they know what they're dealing with.
oh, so they changed it.
They
yeah,
better had.
they got a lot. Yeah, they got a lot of pushback because of that. Like,
Okay, because you know, Jeremiah, 89 for Forbidden West, while
it's got an
bonuses.
88,
Oh,
right?
I thought 89.
You mean the score they got, or what they did to get the bonus?
Yeah, the Metacritic. No. The Metacritic for Forbidden West was 88.
It's the same score as the first one, right? If
No,
anybody correct me, Kay, do you know?
it's a point below Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
damn.
holy! So, in what reality is that?
I don't know.
I don't. But that's the
This
thing,
one, I
though.
guess.
So, but that's the thing, though. Why? What? I wish Nate, Morgan, and everyone else was here, cause I genuinely maybe help me, chat. Why is a game like Forbidden West not accepted when it's doing everything right? It's an amazing game. It's not bug free. Let's be real. It's an open world, gonna have bugs and glitches, but it's not on the level of Cyberpunk or even Callisto Protocol or Evil West or all that jazz. So why? I don't get it. What's it missing?
This is what I've been mad about the whole time. Like, when I used to be strict only PC only. When I saw Horizon Zero Dawn, I went out and bought a PS4 Pro like that same day on Amazon. I was like, I have to play this game. Like, there's no way I can't play this game. But what I'm trying to say is, like, people do not like Aloy. I don't know why they have. I love Aloy, but people do not like her. They just don't
I
like
love
her
her.
personality, apparently.
I love it as well, especially in second game, where she gets such a character development. Me and Kay, we talked about it. We're not gonna talk about it here because Viper is here, but some of the best character development out there, for me.
Yeah, because she starts off as a recluse, right? She's exiled. Why would she have these like huge personality when all she did was clever her focus and talk to Ross, who says 2 words the whole time? You know what I mean? Like, she slowly has to develop over the games, and people just are not allowing that. But Kratos can say "boy" 50 times, and that's it. And people, oh my god, greatest performance ever as a voice actor. This is amazing. I'm like, what is going on with the internet? Like, I don't know, bro.
Like he
What
just
do you
grunts
think?
and like, oh, that was wow.
Mind you, this is not just with Forbidden West and Horizon. Go back. Spider-Man, did he get any award? Despite the fact it was Game of the Year. It's, I don't know.
The Spider-Man lost the God of War.
Yeah, Infamous didn't get any award. It's almost as of, I don't know. I don't want to. How should I say it? To me, it feels like there is a bias here. Some certain games are gonna get a pass no matter what they do. Another games are gonna be crucified for missing out on one thing.
I'm not really following you. Why would that be a bias? It's just that they were. I mean, that they didn't win Game of the Year or other awards doesn't mean that they're bad games. They got nominated for it. It's just
Because
that there were better games. I knew that God of War was going to sweep the awards, and yes, I kind of also felt that probably wasn't going to win GOTY because I saw the pattern like with RDR2, where that sort of got every award except for GOTY. So that's probably that was coming, but
everyone.
getting awards for best voice actor, for best soundtrack, like that was deserved. I mean, it had a fantastic soundtrack, a fantastic voice acting. I mean, it just it's the better game, and
Everyone that I've spoken with have said that Forbidden West is a better technical game than God of War and Elden Ring. Yet Elden Ring won that. It makes no sense.
Well, everyone. Well, that's your opinion. That's
No. I spoke with.
I thought Spider-Man was the Spider-Man game was more fun. It was more innovative. It was like brand new. It was a crazy experience. The weapons playing was amazing. The story was good. The graphics were amazing. I thought Spider-Man was the best game that year. But Red Dead and God of War won because I think that the journalists and people in general, they love a concise narrative. They can hold on to that. You know what I mean? Open world games besides Elden Ring, of course, because Elden Ring is God. Open world games are hard to they're not tangible. You know what I mean? Like they're not. You have to be good at the open world.
But
You have to be good at the fighting, and then a great story like God of War with a linear path, straight to the point. It's always gonna win.
I would agree with you.
When I put them together, like God of War deserved that year. You know, I like Spider-Man, I like God of War, but Spider-Man was not on that same level. I mean,
In what way?
like. Well, way, you know, in every way, but
the graphics in Spider-Man were top notch. The open world, the swinging, the traversal alone is worth the price of admission.
Look, it also had a lot of noises, right? You know, all the side content wasn't that interesting.
I love the Mary Jane missions. I mean, I know people hated those Mary Jane missions and stuff like that.
And the Mary Jane missions were main story, but like, you know, all these side activities that you sort of went on a loop.
Yeah, but the issue is
ball missions were fucking annoying. So it's not a perfect game, but it's a very good game. But God of War did something different, right? It did something. What it did with the character, the one-shot camera. I mean, and look, you can make a case for Spider-Man doing great things with web slinging and all, but in the end, you know, we're just weighing these things and thinking, okay, this has more impact. And you know, if you're talking about game journalists, you know that there's two things. One is that they because they have to review all these games, even the ones that they don't want to review, they have particular taste. They will generally favor a game that does something different than something that does the same thing but better. And they have a certain bias towards, you know, from...
Yeah, I was about to say that. You said it, but I wanted to say it. There is absolutely bias. Here is why. What is one of the beloved games? Witcher 3, which is an open world. No matter how you slice it and dice it. What's also another open world game, which is also empty, bare bones. It have a living world, which is
hold on. Witcher standard, Witcher 3. You haven't played the Witcher 3, Omar, so yeah.
Hold up. What did you say?
You played the demo.
No,
played the demo.
No, I played Witcher 3 until you encounter what's his name? Until you get into the very first open city. That's how much I played.
So you barely played it. Okay, cool. But The Witcher 3 is a fucking amazing game, and it did.
No one is saying it's not. I never said it's not amazing though.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Here's the thing. Like, I agree there is a certain bias in the sense that they have a certain preference for games, or that they give a pass to From Software, to Nintendo, because they can, and yeah, this sort of general tendency, like, oh, add open world to something and suddenly it's great. Like when they add open world to Zelda, they will, oh man, this is amazing, this is the best thing ever, and I'm like, no, it's not the best thing ever. I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't like them changing the formula. If they want to make an open world game, cool, but you know, you don't have to do it with Zelda, because I found that they were just going backwards. They were not actually improving the game, or the genre, or the series, whatever you want to call it. But to say that there's a bias in terms of, oh yeah, they like this open world game, but they don't like that open world game, I don't agree with that, because The Witcher 3 was definitely something special. It had incredible writing and incredible side stories, which, again, like, I love the side stories of God of War or side missions and of Horizon Forbidden West, but they're not on the same level. Nothing has ever reached that point ever since. Maybe Witcher 4, but eventually. But you know, at this point, no. There's nothing that actually gets close to that. And that's why people love that game. That's why it got so well reviewed. And there is no bias in that sense. It's just, you know, that good.
There is a bias, and here let me show you how. Forbidden West versus Elden Ring, yeah. Forbidden West have better technical technical stuff. It's better visually. It have a better creative story. It's up to the people to decide. For me, Forbidden West automatically win with best story because Elden Ring story is always in the lore, and you need 10,000. You need to read 10,000. What you call it? Items description to be able to understand
By
that.
the way, I think you didn't listen to me. I said, yes, they definitely have a blind spot for FromSoft games. They have a bias for them because they will love everything they do. So
Yeah.
it's not.
So the bias
Yeah.
does exist, but it's not with some sort. Look at Red Dead Redemption. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the slowest game ever, and they gave it a pass.
That game was so annoying.
But if this was a PlayStation game, they would have destroyed it.
Yes, of course.
And that's what I'm trying to explain. The bias is
PlayStation gets they're scrutinized a lot harder than any other developer publisher, right? So I agree with that, but here's the thing: I don't think that Forbidden West, in a sense, was snubbed because it's a PlayStation game. Because personally, to me, like, if you ask me, I prefer the Horizon Zero Dawn purely because of the story. And because of that, it was new, that was different. Like with Forbidden West, yes, technically it did everything better, but just because you do everything better doesn't mean that it's a better game. Because here's the thing, like
That doesn't make any sense.
the story is it not subjective?
Makes sense, but here's the thing, like when a sequel of a game sort of does better, but like it doesn't really lift the bar, right? It puts the bar higher. It's just like, yeah, you're making improvements which are expected, right? Because you are addressing certain
Hold
flaws
up.
of the
Have
game,
you?
or you're.
You said making improvement is expected. Have you played a single FromSoft game?
Can I finish, dude? Sorry, you keep interrupting me.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like what I'm trying to say is that this is expected. Yeah, of course, some games don't do that, but generally it's expected that the sequel will fix things that had to be fixed or criticized for the first game, and will probably bigger and make certain certain improvements that make life easier. But it's not that a sequel necessarily will sort of wow you the same way as the first game. It will not radically change the game, and that's kind of the thing. Like generally, if a game sort of gets the same score as its predecessor, that it probably is a better game, but it generally just sort of evens out because it's a sequel, right? So if the game sort of did exactly the same, like it didn't change anything, it was basically just the same game, but different skin or a different area, right? Then I probably would have gotten a lower score because you're essentially you basically made a zero effort sequel, which is still fine because the first game was fine, but it will get a lower score because you didn't put in the extra effort to actually improve it. So if you do that, then it will probably get the same score. If you go the extra mile, if you actually radically change the game to a point that people are absolutely amazed by it, then you will get a higher score. And generally that doesn't happen very often unless the first game was very flawed. Like the leap from Uncharted to Uncharted 2 is massive in terms of because Uncharted 1 was very much hampered down by their experience with the previous games. You can see, in Uncharted 1 that sort of is the engine, or at least vestiges of the engine of Jack and Daxter, because it has sort of this very cartoony aspect. There's like this intro level that's very linear, and you can literally see, the walls. Basically, it's a corridor that you're walking through, so you can see that this is not the Uncharted, like the sort of the very large areas.
Cut in real quick though. Can I cut in real quick?
Sure.
Forbidden West just didn't do everything better. It exceeded every metric, every bar possible. The character interactions, the facial animations, the emotions, the side quests, the
NPC,
flying, the
the
robots, the
NPCs.
machines, the environment, the world itself, everything you do, races, the armor, weapons, the NPC, like everything was way above and beyond. Just going under the water alone could be its own game. That's how amazing this game is, and you cannot tell me there's no way in any universe besides this one that game got a lower score than the first one. There is no way. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot point and look at that game and say that game's not better than that game by a mile.
No,
I
He
agree
is
with
not.
you that it could have gotten a low score, but I can see why people didn't give it a much higher score, because in the end, it is still Horizon, right? It's still. I mean, yeah, I agree with you that certain aspects were massively improved. Like the underwater was absolutely gorgeous. The sort of realism of the NPCs, but I guess they also sort of compared it to the criticism they had for the first game, where they said like the NPCs looked wooden, which I didn't really even get, because I had no issue with the NPCs. Like, they didn't do anything worse than other games, but they went definitely above and beyond with that. But again, I can understand where people say, on average,
But
if you take all the elements together, it didn't move the needle as much as they wanted to. And again, Omar, you're absolutely right that games like the FromSoft games, they barely improve things and they get away with that. And Elden Ring in the end is basically just an open world Dark Souls game. And
but
I agree with that. But
even
again, these games have a particular blind spot, or reviewers have a particular blind spot for these games. FromSoft, Nintendo, they always get a pass. I agree with you in that one.
okay,
I'm just saying that
but
I don't think that Forbidden West, in a sense, it's not. Again, they probably should have given a higher score, at least on the same level. So I agree with Jemai on that it
but
shouldn't have gotten a lower score, but I don't really think that it should have gotten a much higher score. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10, for example.
okay,
I
but
think it should
but
have been a 90.
but I will
Sure.
let you go next.
Get him, Kerry.
Put Forbidden from soft aside. Let's compare Cardboard with Forbidden West. Forbidden West have better visuals. Forbidden West have a better gameplay mechanic. What I mean by that is it have more new stuff in game than God of War. What I mean by that is literally a skill tree for melee and a skill tree for all the other stuff. While God of War, they brought everything back from the previous game and gave you a few extra and called it a day. Forbidden West introduced flying, introduced going underwater. God of War had none of that. And again, and yet, God of War is. I never saw a single person. I never saw. No, I saw a few people, but outside of the few people, everyone else accepted the game. It's copy paste from the previous game with extras here and there. Which again, I gushed about the enemy types. Like, shout out to them for that. But that's about it. But that's
And you
my
know what's also funny? People were saying that if Horizon Forbidden West didn't have flying in it, and then it's because of cross-gen, and the game's not next-gen, and yada yada yada, it had flying in it, and then nobody said anything after that. And also,
no,
to be fair,
no. One
to be fair,
second.
God of War got the same score for both games also, so let's
Jamaya, to be fair, they didn't say that. This comes literally from the developers themselves. They said it. They said it. They couldn't have flying in the game because of PlayStation 4.
No, I know that. And then since when it got announced to be cross-gen, people said that if it didn't have flying in it, it was being held back by PS4. And it wasn't going to be a next-gen
on that
game.
end. Oh yeah, and then you had peep from them. Oh yeah, that was very interesting.
I got some breaking news though. Considering we spoke to one of the lead animators named Richard Auld, sorry. And one of the questions we asked was, how
Can
is
you
the
not say it? Because I want him to say it, but go ahead.
how is the flying different in the DLC versus how it is on the regular game, the PS4, PS5 cross-gen version? And he said, first he said you'll see it when you play it, and he was like, there's one thing you can't do in the cross-gen version, and you can't go above the clouds.
Okay, so I knew it. They're gonna make use.
Bro,
I
if
knew
you
it.
can't fly a Deathwing in that game, I'm gonna be mad though. I'm sorry.
I knew it. They're gonna make use of the SSD.
No, but the DLC showed you that you could go through cloud puffs.
Yeah, no. What I'm talking about is they're gonna absolutely do new things that were not done in the previous game, because of the limitation. We're gonna actually see a next gen version of what it should be.
That's just one aspect, going through the
Yeah.
cloud puffs. He said there's other things, but he can't go into detail.
Yeah, so for the people that will say PlayStation next gen wasn't held back. No, it was held back. Which is what?
It had to be.
It has. No. It has. What I mean by that, it has, because we would have had the ability to do what they're doing now. Exactly. If not for old gen. You get me? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this idea that this concept that they're doing, don't you think they wanted to do it beforehand, but they couldn't do it because of PlayStation 4?
Yep.
So that's holding the next generation back.
They also got to make money too, so it's a business also.
Yeah, it is business, but at the end of the day, yeah. So I'm super excited about that. With that being said, oh yeah, Kay, you wanted to say something.
About what? I don't remember now.
Oh, sorry.
How Forbidden West was better than God of War.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, if we're talking about a game being a sequel being more of the same, Ragnarok is more of the same to 2018 than Forbidden West is to Zero Dawn.
Yep. I literally said,
I mean, yes, it's an open world, so you can have more content, but they innovated and gave you way more content that wasn't in Zero Dawn. I mean, you have Machine Strike, you have the arena where you can win medals to obtain weapons that you can't without them, right? You have all the underwater sections, you have new traversal. I mean, I'm just repeating a lot of the, pretty much everything Jemiah had already said. They added not just one new weapon like Ragnarok did, they added multiple. I'm talking multiple. All right, and not just that, they have new what is it, like the ammo types. They redid. They added a new feature to the focus. Like obviously the flying, where Ragnarok, you're still in a fucking canoe, and like you rode the airboat, the Freyr's boat, once. But that was it.
I was so disappointed with that. I couldn't believe it. That's it.
I didn't fly any boats yet.
Don't worry.
Yo, as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna beat the game today because I gotta beat this game today, bro.
You gotta. Yo, sorry about that, Jemiah.
I just got to the Norn cave. I just got there.
Don't worry.
How much more do I got left?
No, this is literally a side quest. What we talked about. That's it.
Okay.
It's not the main quest. Don't worry about it. You
are. Forgot beating it. That's my fault.
You are. Okay, so if you want to do everything,
I must have missed the quest. Yeah, the favor or whatever. I must have just.
No. The first time it shows up, it is the main quest.
Dude, why did you tell him? I wanted it for it to be. Oh my
It's
fucking
not,
Where
fuck.
it is.
it's not really a spoiler. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I
I'm not
didn't
saying
want to say anything. I wanted it
I'm just
to
saying he
I
should have
wanted it
been
to
there
finish
already.
it for himself. That's why. I
I
wanted
don't
to
know.
I wanted to soften K
Nigga,
blow.
the Norns is not after that. The Norns is past that.
Are you
Um,
sure? Are you
no,
sure? It's
no,
just
no,
not part of
no,
the main
no,
quest.
no. Then
So
no.
the
Cause
actual flying of the boat happens during a side quest, but you obtain the boat during the main quest.
yeah, but the main quest happened after the known, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, I guess so.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's all
basically,
good. I mean, that's not.
I think,
I mean,
I think,
it's
I think you're okay. So if you want to do everything, you're at least left. You have half, if not a little bit less than the half to go.
Yep.
Oh, and then also in the combat.
One
if we're
second,
gonna
one
let-
second, one second. Apparently, Fresh didn't play God of War, so we gotta stop. But
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
I-
We didn't spoil anything. Trust me. But yeah,
if we're
no.
gonna-
Even after you play the main game, the end there is also end game, so you gotta be busy a little bit
Yeah.
with God of War. But to your point, Kay, I will add one thing. Not only did they bring back the cauldron, they made every single cauldron special and unique.
Yes, it wasn't like, like they didn't just change
Rinse and repeat.
like the level design, right? Like they just been like, oh well, this looks different, but it's the exact same. You know what I mean? Like they were all unique in their own way.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, we added more verticality. They evolved the combat. At least they give you the choice to be more vertical. Can use as well to fight.
Oh yeah, I
Like, that's
forgot
really-
the whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit.
Kay making some great points. I forgot even about like the climbing because that was a big issue too. Like Zelda, you can't climb up everything. Yeah.
No, that's real talk. That was me and Nate. We have issue with that.
I'm gonna keep it real. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was
Because you
dumb.
You literally can't climb everything anyway.
Yeah.
You can scale in flat walls.
When
Like,
it's literally
dumb.
the same
You can get-
thing.
I hate that shit.
It was literally the same mountain, side by side. One side you can climb, the other side you can't climb. That was so dumb. It's not even funny.
In real life, when you do rock climbing, you gotta
No,
find
no,
places in certain
no,
places.
nah. Come on, Jemaya, we're not.
What do you mean?
No, wait, hold on.
Jemaya.
You're missing something. You're mixing up my words. Hold on. Let me get this straight. What I'm talking about as being stupid is the climbing in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know you are, but he not getting it. I was saying that.
No, I
the
know
ability
you're-
to climb
no.
everything in Breath of the Wild
Well,
is fucking stupid.
I know your take on that, Weave, Nate, but let's not pretend. But you already said that you're
No,
not
I
a
know-
fan
I know
of
what-
this
no.
version as well. So
So I'm not a fan of her climbing fucking up while I'm climbing. That's what we had a problem with. Her missing
I
jumps
think-
and stuff over to the connection.
Oh yeah, the
I-
traversal was real
Yeah.
shaky. Yeah, going
Yeah.
from
I
points
think-
to points, it was shaky as hell.
Yeah,
I
she missed the
think
jump
she
like
needed-
literally 15 times.
Yeah, I
I
fell
th-
so many times one time. I was so bad.
Yeah.
I think she needed almost like a rock, something that pull her up automatically.
Yeah, she could have used like a grappler or something.
Yeah,
That's
something.
nasty.
I remember seeing a glitch where she jumped on an enemy or she jumped on something and it literally propelled her up, almost like a half height.
Well, those rings, you can use those rings to pull yourself in the air and float, and then you get launched in the air. Then you can use like the shield thing to to do stuff with it and stuff like that.
No.
Those are only certain
This one, you're not moving. You're literally up, so you can climb a wall. It was a glitch, but it was such a needed glitch to be in the game. She literally needed something to because you're climbing high mountains. That's
Just
why.
need like a Batman grappling gun. But
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. And let's be real. If you give her a grapple hook, you should be able to make it with a gear. That shouldn't be a case. Real talk. I hope they do something like that in the DLC. Well, now she has the flying, so there is that. What else? Oh yeah. Nate, what's your thoughts on what we were talking about?
I mean, I agree, obviously, entirely. It's my game of the year for a reason. I mean,
So,
Guerrilla Games knocked it out of the fucking park. The game is literally better in every conceivable way. I don't know, they could argue with their mother on that shit. I mean, there's really nothing I could have really hoped for that I felt like wasn't there, you know, and them expanding it even further with the DLC, I mean, with the PS5 exclusively, I think that was a brilliant decision, you know, to kind of release themselves from that limitation. Yeah, like, I mean, I love God of War. It was great. It was a fun game. It was a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed every moment of it, but yeah, to me, by
Forbidden
far,
West is a better way.
yeah, by far.
Mm-hmm.
And I like both. Like, that says a lot. And they both got the same score, though. So that's what people like. Score is like irrelevant. Like, I take off points for actual things, you know, technical issues in the game, stuff like that. But when it comes to measuring all the other things I loved, it's not even close, man. Just the character interactions in Horizon left me shocked at points.
Oh yeah.
Where I had to pause and be like, how is this person not real? Like, what did they do to capture this person?
Is that
talking?
NPC, yeah?
Yeah, like, and it wasn't even just like...
It wasn't one, multiple.
Crazier. Yeah, it was multiples. Like, it was just... The guy, of course, in Vegas stood out like crazy. Like him and his brothers and stuff, the Delvers. Like, that scene...
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah,
that shit was insane. But even then, like, the black guy that sold weapons or whatever, I think he sold weapons.
No, it's not the black guy. It's the black woman.
He is. No, it's a guy. So he's talking to a black woman in the thing, and she's asking him for something. And if you stand there, he's like, "Hold on a second, woman. Like, let me talk to Aloy, you know." And he like, but the way he says it sounds like a black dude from like the bayou or something down in Louisiana or something. Like, and it sounds like somebody's Uncle Frank at the barbecue. Like, I was like, it was so authentic. Like, and there were so many different levels to it. You know, the sisters, the Boom sisters.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about them. One of them was a handicap. Not a handicap.
May I add something to that real quick, Nate?
Go ahead.
So the world building and the writing, it made me more, how do I say it? Made me more emotionally attached in a way to the characters. And like you said, it made them feel like they were real, like they were living and breathing. And I was more emotionally invested. Okay, that's what it is. Emotionally invested in even just random NPCs, like you said, like that guy and the sisters, right? And way more than Ragnarok ever did.
It's just because I love Ragnarok NPCs, but they were fun in between. They were a little bit compared.
Like I loved characters you were supposed to love, right? Like the main set of people you interacted with in Ragnarok, all the main cast, the little subcast, the supporting cast, right? But like no real NPC, like just generally in the town, really surprised me. You know what I mean? Like almost everyone that you interacted with in Horizon just felt authentic, and that is really hard to achieve.
Which one was your first? For me, the first one, the first time I ever experienced such moment was the nanny. That's something I will never forget. It felt like I was next to her. It felt like she was real.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I touch you? Are you real?
Well, it was funny you mentioned that because I've heard so many, right? Like when the game came out and everybody would meet all these different NPCs, like you would hear people say, "Hey, have you talked to this guy? Have you met this guy?" I remember that there's one in particular, and I hadn't met him yet, but I kept seeing people talk about him, like, "Oh man, this guy," because people were first talking about the black woman that you meet, and that's what you were talking about. That she's like she's kind of a warrior like and stuff like that. And then there's a guy later that you meet that's almost kind of similar. Sounds completely different, and he's like a captain of the guard or something like that later. And it's just like, even his thing was so unique. And not only that, but the hairstyles in the game
Oh yeah.
is something that the variation in and capability of bringing in a multitude of black hairstyles was also crazy. Like, it's just so much to appreciate in the game, so much nuance, so much detail that like it's hard to remember all of it. Like I just had to take it all in as I played, but there's so much of it that it's hard to remember every little thing. And no, like I haven't even talked about like the robots and stuff. Obviously, those are incredibly detailed, mechanically sound. Like they would work if you were to build it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be stable. They have stabilizers and all these little different things, and all the movements of the way that the guns come out from the mammoths, and like it just there's so much. Like I'm such a detailed person, right? That's why I tell people like graphics wise, I love and appreciate graphics on a level that is like an animator doing the job. Like I said, we had this conversation in a space with one of the animators, Rob or whatever, of course, that worked at Santa Monica and a couple other spots for PlayStation.
Robert.
Robert. And he asked us, how much detail do y'all notice? And everybody in the chat was explaining to him, like, we were talking about the hand placement on, The Last of Us Part 2. The way they hold the gun, the trigger discipline when their finger is off the trigger because they're actively not in a situation where they're about to shoot, and they move their finger, like their finger, bro. like this is the type of shit we're talking about.
Or how many times Ellie stab an enemy when she's dodging and stuff like that. Like if you don't pay attention, you miss it.
Yeah. There's so many different things and subtleties, and this is why I like like we said, we all like the documentaries and stuff.
Yeah.
About some of the stuff where they explain like how the system calculates it links different animations together depending on where you approach the enemy from. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit is crazy. And no, I don't expect everyone to notice that, but it's that level of craftsmanship and quality and polish on PlayStation games that stands out, that makes other games seem like they're missing something. And that's what we talk about when we talk about these types of games.
Have you played Forspoken?
Yeah.
Would you agree that Forspoken is missing?
I think what it is missing will be cleaned up by the time it's out.
Oh.
And I know it seems like I know it seems rough around the edges.
It does.
But one thing that I notice, and this is why I hate, it's a love-hate thing when they do demos, because obviously you want to try something, but their builds are always incredibly old when they're on whatever demo they do.
Oh.
And Square is actually on their major releases. I'm not going to talk about stuff like Elysium and whatever the other one was. I can't even remember the name.
Dayfield Chronicle.
Yeah, like those are like their B tier, right? But when they put out something AAA, like truly AAA, that they really fully intend to support, the polish by the time it launches is always really, really solid. So I think the frame rate and everything, and slight hiccups or things here and there, I think everything will just chain together and be much smoother. But I like the core of what is there.
Oh yeah,
that's the key for me. Because if the core ain't there, you know what I'm saying? Them doing nothing to it is going to make it better for you.
How long did you?
Beautiful.
How long did you spend in the demo?
I've only played about 25 minutes of it right now.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
gotta play some more, and I know people like went further and fought a boss and did a bunch of other stuff. And then
Oh yeah, there are multiple bosses you can fight.
yeah, there's also a performance mode, which I saw Slow-Mo mention.
There is
So
120 FPS if you want. There is ray tracing.
okay.
There is 4K. Pick your choose.
So they're giving all the bells and whistles, even in the demo.
It is what we call it. You need to pick and choose which version you want. I forgot how many versions there are. Yeah. So the elephant in the room, 16. Did it tell you or no?
Yeah, no.
No.
I mean, I'm probably still like. Don't get me wrong. Like, Final Fantasy is an event, right? A mainline Final Fantasy that is not a damn MMO. That shit doesn't count for whatever people want to say about them damn things. But a mainline single player Final Fantasy is just a big event. I'm curious about all the different elements they included in it. Obviously, we saw a little bit more of like the Aeon interactions and stuff like that, or whatever they fucking call them in this game. They always change the stupid name of them, but it's irrelevant. Everybody knows what damn Aeon is. Summons, whatever. That looks interesting. All this stuff looks interesting, but nothing is like that. Holy shit! I can't wait to do that. Like games do that for me, right? Like I saw what 3 minutes of Death Stranding 2, and I can't fucking wait. That's how I feel. I should feel. That's when I know, without a fucking doubt, like I'm playing the shit out of that. And that's how I felt when I came away from Death Stranding 2, seeing that little bit of it versus all we've seen of Final Fantasy 16, and I'm still like, because it's Final Fantasy, and it'll probably be okay, and like I'm sure it'll be worth the money. Like, that's how I feel right now.
What about the cast? Didn't that inspire you that they now have actually characters instead of a boy band from 15?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the boy band thing was terrible because I've still yet to beat that game. It's a slog.
Yeah, and so
if anything, I'll say the good thing about this game is the pacing will be about 600 times faster than that shit.
We will see.
That's a good thing I can say, and it might also entice Priscilla to play her first Final Fantasy because it has blood in it and it has mature characters that don't look like a bunch of pretty boys. Her words. She doesn't do the pretty boy thing.
Remind me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna give you your 5-minute or 10-minute walk-up to Game Award, but I want to go back to the conversation, which it was not only strictly about Horizon, it was more of how the media is so biased, but also gamers are biased, that they give a pass to one game, but the other game criticize it for it.
Absolutely.
So, Game of the Year award, how was it for you?
Specifically Game of the Year?
Yeah.
I mean, they won.
No. Like, for example, no. Like, now, who won, who lost, that's not the issue. The issue is the game now. What was your top 5 moment?
As far as who won, or you mean the Game Awards in general?
Yeah, no. Game Award, what do we call it? Game reveal. I'm gonna keep it at that.
Oh, reveals? Obviously, Death Stranding 2. I about broke something. Like, I flipped the fuck out because obviously, like,
me too.
You know, that's one of the few games I've given a 10 out of 10 to in years. Like, it was that fucking good. And this game bringing more of that Metal Gear Solid inspired goodness with, you know, the mechanized ship they showed, and man, I can't wait to dig in, bro. That's like the way people get hyped for Game of Thrones and all that shit. Like, I can't, man. Yeah, it definitely has to be that.
Okay, what other game that made you, you know, you're excited for, or you were shocked that was revealed?
I mean, I guess everybody was talking about, you know, the Judas game. I mean, I definitely didn't see that coming. Hades 2 was surprising. I was like, because I was laughing because when they showed it, I was like, oh, this looks like Hades DLC. And then, I mean, it does. Like, it
Damn.
literally looks like they added an alternate character and like threw in a couple other bosses and was like, yo, Hades 2. So I was like, but I know people going crazy. Gonna go crazy over that. I mean, that was cool. I also didn't see that one coming. But the game was obviously a really big success for that team, so
Yeah.
I shouldn't be surprised.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what else was?
Star Wars.
Final Fantasy 16 was underwhelming. That actually surprised me in how interested
Wait,
I was.
hold up. Nah, come on. 16 was
What?
underwhelming? How?
Yeah, for me. Like I told you, I'm just not feeling it yet.
No. I'm with you. Like, I was with you. You know me, I was with you. But when they showed the character, the cast members, that's where my hype excitement went up. Because I am dead. I am done with the boy band.
Oh yeah, I mean that's cool enough, but I need to see like a bunch of the trailers like overly stylized, right?
Let me ask you
Like,
this.
I need to see some raw.
Okay, yeah, about that.
New stuff. Like they keep these over stylized trailers
Yeah.
from all these different weird ass angles and technically
Yeah.
looking at cutscenes. I mean, they're in-game cutscenes, but like no, I want to see the game that I'm going to be playing. So
Let me
that's
ask you this. Are they avoiding to show you an actual gameplay?
I mean, outside of what they've shown us already, it seems that way because none of that shit was direct gameplay.
Is it just me, or have every single game from them have always had a proper gameplay reveal?
A lot of them have. I mean, like, look at Forspoken. We've seen 10,000 pounds of that shit.
With this one, we don't even know what characters, how do they act.
We don't know how they act. We haven't seen them walk around in the world. Like we haven't seen like this game is coming out in the summer and there's like so much missing and I'm like I still have questions. Like
is this a red flag? Is this it? Why?
I'm not gonna say just yet, but I mean if I don't get more before the release, that's an absolute.
How far are we before we even show something? Like,
I don't know. They seem to be hiding. They seem to be hiding.
Like before the game comes out.
What'd you say, Kat?
Said you'll get gameplay the week before it comes out.
Probably at this rate.
Oh, we need to. By the way, Nate, have you checked Shamed Echo?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And with that being said, Cody, very quick, what's your thoughts on who won?
Cool.
Okay.
Like, good
okay.
job.
Let me
good
fix
job,
it then.
bro. Still not my
Okay.
game of the year, but
Okay.
good job.
Okay. What's your thought on Elden Ring winning technical over Forbidden West?
Absolute 100% unequivocal USDA choice bullshit. That's what I think.
Thank you very much. And with that being said, let's get back to the conversation. You guys, most of us here, if not all of us, we played Ratchet and Clank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I beat it. Yeah.
How many awards did game win?
Damn, you're right.
Jamaya, why do you think I invited you? I am opening the floodgate with this one. I'm so fucking sick and tired about PlayStation raising the bar and nobody is paying. Nobody wanna give them credit.
I told you, dude. Like, it's because that's what people expect, right? Nobody's shocked anymore when Steph Curry steps out on the on the what do you call it, the court, and drops 40 points in a game. Like, they're just like, oh, Steph did it again. Like,
that's true, yeah.
Yeah, like
how
he's already that dude. Like, if he gets MVP, everybody's like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, Omar, one thing about people is, like, look at the Patriots, right? When the Patriots, first it was like, oh my god, the Patriots, feel good story. When you kept winning, people are like, I hate the Patriots. Somehow people don't like winners too much. You know what I mean? Like, they like winners, but they don't like you to win too much.
So they really want an underdog story? Fuck out of here with that. Not to you,
There
Jamaya.
is none, so
It,
there is no underdog story, so they're making it up now.
so,
That's where the whole thing with Microsoft, like,
oh yeah, we're seeing it.
crying to the FTC and all of them, like, but Sony has so much cool stuff, and we just don't know what to do, and they don't want to let us compete and buy this $70 company, and I just, come on, man, let me just have it, bro. That's literally how they sound to me.
Yep, that's well. So yeah, Infamous never got any praise when it did better superhero games than most superhero games out there.
That was also some incredible HDR in that game, especially when they brought in the light power, the neon power.
Neon power
Yeah.
stomped anything visual. Some of the best shit I have ever experienced. Neon power, fuck, put that aside. The fucking game, whatchamacallit, video game power.
Yeah,
That
I like
shit,
the digital one, yeah, that was cool.
that shit alone. But but if, let's say, whatchamacallit, Infamous didn't have the ability to do one thing, they would destroy it then.
Did
I
Ghost get any awards?
Ghost of Tsushima got award when it comes to Japan. They literally made one of the developer, I forgot which one. They made him either an owner or co-owner or representative or something of the
For the actual island.
Kushima Island. Genuine stuff.
Yeah, it didn't win any actual BTA
No,
awards,
it
though.
didn't. No, not so far I know. It might have won one or two, but
No,
not
won,
to that
it won
degree.
Best Art Direction. It won. That's the only one it won. It was in every category, and it only won Best Art Direction.
Which it definitely deserved, because that shit is
Yeah,
still
bro.
And-
Ghost. I'm still amazed that Ghost didn't do 20 million out the gate. That game was like one of the most impressive games I ever seen. Flawless, no bugs, top to bottom, like
But
amazing.
again, I forgot to tell it, either you or Nate. That's what you expect from PlayStation games. And when one time you don't get that with Days Gone. Remember, Days Gone was Sony Bent first AAA title in what? How many years? They never did a AAA title in their life. And they did what they did. Which, real talk,
We're gonna defend Days Gone here.
Days Gone needed to be a PlayStation 5 game.
Like Days Gone. I mean, the only bug I had was one time I was crouching and then Deacon started to like walk like off the screen, and I just reset it and I played it. But I never had him fall through the ground. I never had any of those bugs. I saw them all, but I never really had those bugs. So
Maya, trust me, I feel you. Been there, done that. I had a few bugs. So for example, the bird was flying through at the an angle, and it would get stuck. It can't remove itself. So that's an issue. Not inside a building, but outside a building, and it can't, like for example, change direction. It stays there stuck. That's some issue I had. I had example where the asset wouldn't load for 10-15 seconds, and then it loaded. Something like that. And I had one glitch where my bike wouldn't showcase percentage, either how many damage or how many gas I have. So I started my game and it worked. So you either locked in or you locked out with this game. The story, Weeb hate it. I love it. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed Days Gone. I truly did.
It was a solid experience, but
I enjoyed it.
That's when I played it on PS5. I literally could not play it on my PS4 Pro.
Okay. Yeah, no, everything I said was on my PlayStation 4. The the moment where I'm like, okay, now we're gone too far, is when I entered the snow area, and the FPS dropped significantly. And mind you, if I am talking about FPS, then it's below 30, if not below 20. That's how low the FPS counter was. I didn't need
Yeah,
a
it was a mess for me.
FPS counter. It was not doing absolutely whatsoever good. Jemaya,
Regarding,
before you head out, go ahead, do your outro.
I don't have the outro. Don't look for me. Play some games. And don't worry
Okay,
about
fine.
Metacritic or Game Awards. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just not like, I don't have a channel or anything, but just like, you know what I mean? Like, I just think that like, my biggest hope is like people could be independent thinkers. Because I hate when I see on Twitter that like when a game gets a certain score, I see people say, "Oh man, I need to pick that up," or
Oh yeah.
"No, I was gonna get this." I'm like, bro, the score is not definitive of how good the game is to you, or the award doesn't matter. If you think, I think Horizon's my game of the year, and that's it. That's all that matters. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be mad and argue with people over Elden Ring. Elden Ring's a good game. It sold a lot of copies, so people enjoyed the game. So just enjoy what you enjoy and play what you play.
The only thing I give
But-
people shit about with Elden Ring is I said, how many people completed that bitch?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
That's a big
What
difference.
happened with Elden Ring? People bought it because of Metacritic. Without
I can't even front with
Metacritic,
you. I was on the fence, and I bought it just to see what the bullshit was about. Like I was like, all right, let's see firsthand, you know, because they gonna talk that shit if they're like, oh, but you ain't played it though. And I was like, nah, I played it. So
keep
Real quick, I want to say I appreciate you guys for having me. K, Weeb, Innate, you know what I mean? I think
absolutely.
what's called what's it earlier, Viper's Reap. Alright. Anytime you guys want me to come by or something like that, man, let me know.
dude,
I mean,
real talk. I was thinking of making you a permanent member, but I wanted to ask you off air if you're cool with that.
normally I'm asleep on Saturday at this time, but
Think about it.
but
Up
just
to
let me
you.
know, yeah, exactly. You
I
guys are great. You guys are knowledgeable of what you're talking about, and you're not like doing fanboy stuff. So I'm enjoying it.
I mean, you know, us, and especially because of much knowledgeable on PC. If I ever need to talk about PC, I can use you for that competition. But then real talk. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through. A great guest, and who knows? Maybe see you next week.
All right, thanks. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna start checking you guys more because I wasn't really. I didn't even know you even had a show at this time.
Absolutely, man. We got you. Have a good
All
night.
right, yes, sir.
Who knows? You're gonna be with us next week. See you.
Yeah, I could. Next week, no, I don't play D&D. This is my D&D weekend actually, but yeah.
If you have D&D, we will see. We can talk about it. But yeah,
But like I
again,
said,
thank you for coming through.
My boy's in the hospital, so we can't play D&D, so it's all good.
Thank you for coming through, and who knows? See you
Sorry?
next time.
What's your Twitter handle? I want to follow you.
At
I will look-
Jace, I'm Omar's friend, but it's at JJaces. Let me see. I don't even know my
I will put it in the on our group chat. Don't worry about it. I will make sure of it. Again, Jemias, thank you for coming through.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now.
Oh, you can do so as well. There you go.
Guys, yeah, if you follow me, I'll follow you. I mean, you guys, as I said, it's hard to beat people who aren't super biased about one thing. So if you just hit me up, I'll follow you.
No doubt.
All right, yes, sir.
Later.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Yep. And with him gone, shout out to Jemiah, a great guy. And when he said what he said, I knew I wanted him on, cause me and him, we were thinking the exact same thing. But real talk, Innate, oh no, not Innate, yeah, Innate, I swear, I'm willing to bet money, if not for Metacritic.
The sales?
Yeah, they would be lucky to have.
Absolutely not.
They would be lucky to have 5 million.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been nowhere near where the hell it is right now.
I don't
That's
know
the
how
damn
many. I don't know how many. Sekiro sold, but Sekiro is different. Sekiro has an actual story. Sekiro didn't have
Well,
lore
also felt
story.
like nothing was fluffed about Sekiro. Like I knew what Sekiro was full on before I got into it, but like a lot of people tried to sell Elden Ring as some wildly different game than a Souls game. Like it's beyond a Souls game. It's more than it's ever been before. You've never played anything like it, and I was like, oh my god. And it's just open world Souls. It's not that fucking serious. But people be trying to make that shit sound all mystical, like you discovered a holy land. Like these motherfuckers be acting like they discovered Buddhism and like went to the Holy Land or some shit when they played this game.
It changed gameplay, direction, it changed this, it did that. I'm like, you play something called Demon Souls? Cause that's literally Elden Ring. It's Demon Souls in open world. That's about it. And for the people, I don't know if people want to say that I'm biased or whatsoever. You're talking to the person that was one of the earliest Souls players. Because I had a copy of, limited edition. I forgot if it's limited edition or what. I actually traded in Ratchet and Clank, the time, Rift of Time, or something, I forgot, for Demon Souls. Back when I had absolutely no idea what Demon Souls was. So, don't come at me thinking I never played. I never played Elden Ring because when I want to play it, I want to play it on my own. I don't want to play it for hype. I don't want to play it because someone's telling me to play it.
Also, it's a lot of people that got their ass dragged through that game by their friends that are just higher level and just drag them through that shit. And they're like, oh my god, I love the game so much. And I'm like, yeah,
No.
you didn't do shit.
You didn't beat the game, yeah, no. Yeah, so that's what frustrates me.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
On that game.
but
Elden
that
Ring
means
is the pinnacle of gaming. I don't know what y'all are talking.
it is a cool game, but it didn't
You keep breaking up,
reinvent
Omar.
the wheel. That's the thing. It didn't reinvent the wheel, but they act as if they have done so. That's the issue. And the same goes for Breath of the Wild. It's almost
People shit for that every day.
it's almost as if when a game does something different, all of a sudden it's over. It's gotta be the best game ever. No, it doesn't.
Oh, fuck Breath of the Wild.
See, we can finally agree.
Tears of the Kingdom is because Priscilla will want to play it. That's literally
How have they not showed you what Tears of the Kingdom gonna be wise? Gameplay wise. How different gonna be from the previous one? Like, nobody wanna see gameplay?
They know they don't have to. It's called The Legend of Zelda. That's all people need to know.
Clearly. Anyway, I am so fucking lost with this one. Do you think you can break it down? If not, we do it next week. When it comes to the whole FTC situation. Because I'm genuinely confused about it.
I mean, people are just trying to say the only real thing that happened, if you're talking about like the confusion about what Microsoft said.
No, I'm talking about FTC literally suing Microsoft and saying something that the EU literally did say, and then for EU to come back and say no, we didn't.
No. So yeah, that's what I'm telling you. So basically, the only thing the EU is saying is that they didn't have anything in writing. Like, Microsoft did say what they said. Everybody know they said it. Like, Phil Spencer said it. But they're just saying, we didn't have any official documentation promising that Bethesda titles or ZeniMax titles basically would continue to come to other platforms. But they also noted that they didn't think at the time, obviously, because, you know, they didn't know that what else they were going to purchase. At the time, they didn't think, even if they did make them exclusive, it wouldn't have a significant impact.
Do you have a link for that? Because I need that one.
Yeah, I'll find it.
For later. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, if anyone have anything else to want to talk about?
I But yeah,
Mister.
that whole thing was a joke, though. That whole like they didn't say it thing. It was literally just official documentation versus like them just saying it.
Okay.
The only thing the EU was saying was like we can't hold them in court about that, but it doesn't mean they can't bring it up. I mean, it was said by Phil Spencer himself that was
Yeah,
their
I remember
intention.
reading it. I
Yeah.
swear I remember reading. But
No,
the problem is, when I
he said
tried
it.
to look it up, I couldn't find it. It's almost as if um, the Activision Blizzard deal is so overcharging with the Blizzard deal, so that when you go to try to look for Blizzard interviews, it's hard. Not Bethesda interviews. It's hard to find them.
Well, yeah, the internet's been flooded with so much extra discussion about it that it's hard to find the specific one. But yeah, I mean,
Do you have the
they
specific
definitely.
one? When he literally said, we're not taking games away from PlayStation with
Well, he didn't
Bethesda
say
game?
PlayStation. He specifically said our intent is not to remove games from like their other platforms or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Do you have that?
Which then like a week later he says it. I mean,
Yeah, do you have...
I could find it, but I don't have
Okay.
it right this second.
Not now, but for later, because I need that shit. I need that shit in writing, because I remember reading that shit, and I remember telling people at VGP, on VGP, this is going to be a problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, he openly lied. I mean, it's
Precisely.
not a law-binding contract. But this is why I laugh when Ryan McCaffrey I mean, he got on them lately, rightfully so. But like,
No. We are not giving...
Dustin Laguerre or whatever, he was like, Microsoft already said they wouldn't take it away. I don't understand what the problem is. I was like, Microsoft says a whole bunch of shit, and then they turn around and smack you in the face.
Yep.
This is Microsoft. This is the thing I keep telling people. We are not talking about Xbox. When I talk about Microsoft, it is the entirety of the company. This company, Microsoft, not Xbox. The whole company, the motherfuckers in charge of Xbox. They are known for lying and snuffing out competition, buying out competition, especially when they struggle and can't compete. They throw the money around and they buy you out so that they can get rid of you. That is literally this entire company's MO since I was in fucking middle school.
Okay.
Like that, yeah. So I know when people are like, "How come you don't like?" They're acting like, and then somebody tried to describe Microsoft as a guy, right? On
a guy?
on Mooch's podcast the other day. Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, like I think if
Wait,
a guy has the money."
Is it Death Singer?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, he wasn't. This is Mooch, not thing. I forgot who it was, but somebody I'd never really fucking heard of. But he was on there and he was like, yeah, so like if a guy has the money to purchase something that he wants, I think he should be able to purchase it. I was like, this is
Oh no! Oh, he was in the space. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's not a Microsoft is not a person. If you have the money to buy a $6 million home, you can buy it. The FTC is not gonna stop you. That's not.
Thought corporations are people.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I died, bro. He goes, if a guy has the money, he should be able to buy what he wants. I was like, that. Oh my god, a guy, Microsoft. I was like, how much are we trying to reduce this megalithic $1 trillion company to like act like they're just broke, poor, busted, and they just can't do shit if this deal doesn't go through? Like, I was
$1 trillion company that can't compete. Let that sink in.
That can't compete. I was like, yo, get the fuck out my mentions with this nonsense.
And final statement would be Game Pass. Xbox didn't show the Game Zero World.
They
did show Game Pass.
They showed Game Pass. Yeah, I knew that.
Yo, that was.
Game Pass.
It's almost as if it was targeted. What I mean by that, PlayStation won an award, Game Pass ad. PlayStation won an award, Game Pass ad. PlayStation won an award, Game Pass ad. PlayStation debuted a new game, PlayStation Game Pass ad. It's
I'm
like
actually surprised they haven't coined the phrase and trademarked the best deal in gaming. Like, I'm surprised they haven't, like, as much as that gets said, I'm surprised they didn't trademark that.
I'm surprised they haven't trademarked what actually is power your dream, because it's in your dream, because you're not playing shit.
I think it's too general of a statement.
I feel like it's one of those pizzas that every pizza place has, saying that they have the best pizza in the world or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
And with that being said, let's get to our outros. Weeb, where people can find you?
You can find me on Twitter as the Weeb Sheriff at Instant Rhizome, and yeah, YouTube as the Weeb Sheriff.
Gotcha. Mr. Ninja, where people can find you?
Viper Reeves Corner on YouTube and at Reap on Twitter. And I'm slithering back to my corner.
Gotcha. And Nate, where people can find you?
At the Real Innate on Xbox and Twitter, and Innate on PlayStation. Keeping it gaming.
Gotcha. And you can find me on Caravan_Job on Twitter. Thank you all for coming through. And before we close, Kay, where people can find you? I didn't forget about you.
I need to save them for last. I know.
I did save you for that this one, yeah. This time, yeah.
Yeah, you can find me at Kaylee1103 and Otter Nation.
And before we say other donation, you can find Morgan at Chill Bandit and Zarek at Twitter on Twitter. Shout out to everyone that came through. Wow, 24 likes. I appreciate it. Leave in a comment what you thought of the Game of the Year award. If my notification get to me, I'm gonna absolutely reply to every single one of you. For some reason, YouTube notification is weird. Sometimes it wanna work, sometimes it doesn't wanna work. But yeah, with that being said, they said it. Author donation, and we're out.
Otter Nation. That's why you keep cutting out. Can't get it right.
It's donation. Thank you very much.
Only if they're donating to my wallet.
1, 2, 3. We're out.